Yep. Okay. Welcome to another episode of MicroShiner's Life Distilled. Brian Cary here. I'm here with Aaron Hitt, good friend of mine, and Trent Tilton at San Diego
Distillery.
Thank you for the correction, sir.
Yes.
Awesome.
We're good.
Okay. Awesome. So let's kick it off.
That's what I like.
As we're sipping on some whiskey, describe what are we tasting? Here
Rice.
right now?
This is our rice whiskey. This is I'm a big fan of rice whiskeys, which aren't very common in the whiskey world in the first place.
Right.
You know, there's only a couple around. Fukano, Oishi. I think there's a new low-end one. Kikori or something I think is around.
Okay.
But I started having some rice whiskey 3 or 4 years ago, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So we started making it out of white and brown rice, and we age in all of our own ex-bourbon barrels, rye barrels, and single malt barrels, and it's just beautiful.
Like I get like jasmine. It's like
it's
really nice.
Explain what a rice whiskey is. I mean, I know what whiskey is. I mean, it usually comes from grain, but rice.
Rice is a beautiful grain.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about rice is rice. You know, when you cook with rice, it soaks up all these flavors or whatever you're doing with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rice to me, when you mash it and distill it, it starts to take on all these other different beautiful flavor profiles from the barrels and whatnot.
The heat on the back end.
All these different finishes, all these different things. Especially when you age it like in a bourbon barrel versus a rye barrel versus a single malt barrel. Our single malt's really unique.
Okay.
You'll pick up all these different influences on that, and then when you blend them all together, like it's like liquid butterscotch.
This is really good though. It's like a
Butterscotch.
lot of heat. That's like a soft back end to it. But I like the rice is just You can
So
definitely
If you want
pick
to
it
leave
up.
some more of that out, you can.
Aged charred white American oak.
Used barrels.
Used barrels. Okay.
First and second used barrels.
Okay.
We reuse barrels a lot around here.
I saw your spot. No. So describe. Okay. So walking back in your distillery floor, there was like barrels with all kinds of names on it. What's happening there?
So we're very experimental when it comes to making spirits.
Awesome.
I never wanted to be one of those distilleries that makes like 2 mash bills, like corn and rye or whatever else. To me, that was always boring.
Yeah.
I came from the beer world. So in the beer world, you always,
Play with everything.
you walk into a brewery and how many beers they usually have on tap? 10,
15.
Yeah.
15,
Yeah.
20. We're unique. We currently have, we had 17 things available for tasting like 3 weeks ago, and I think we're down to 14. So all the barrels in the back are all pretty much something different. We've worked with over 30 breweries in Southern California, distilled probably 50 different styles of beer, over probably 20 different styles of brandy, and everything's all aging pretty much in separate barrels.
Okay. That's
it's fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
No, that is, to me, that is the definition of craft, is when you can roll the dice, try stuff. You can have a small barrel, aging it differently, and release it, with your label. That's so cool. So rice whiskey, definitely your flagship. Okay, what else?
It's one of our flagships.
One of your flagships.
We have multiples.
Okay. All right, let's go into them. What else do you do?
Is this like your most popular seller though?
So our rice whiskey only came out maybe like a year ago.
Yeah.
And it's quickly catapulted into being one of our fastest selling spirits.
Yeah.
That we currently can't keep up with production on that. So
It's
Wait,
badass
really?
labeling.
Wow.
I just
For
ordered
anything, I love
ordered
it.
4 tons of rice to get a couple more mashes of that kind of stuff going.
great.
And we'll be cranking. Some of the other stuff we're really known for is our single malt whiskey, which is based upon a Russian Imperial Stout. So it's big,
Okay.
roasty, chocolatey, coffee. It's super insane.
All right.
And then our peated, which we have to have our peated last. We're definitely known for our peated as well.
Okay.
We import all the malt directly from Islay, from Scotland, and from another area from Inverness.
No shit.
And we do it all in house. It's totally beautiful. It's a massive ppm.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun. But we'll get to that last. But what should we try next? I'm trying to think.
This is really good. I'm
No,
enjoying this.
that's awesome.
You know what we should do? We should do one of our experimental ones next.
Yeah.
Let's go
Let's
to
taste some stuff.
Let's go to Faust. Kind of what we were talking about. A lot of the one-off style whiskeys. This is definitely a crazy one-off. We worked with Electric Brewing Company, who's in Temecula, so about 45 minutes north of here, and this is a distilled hazy IPA.
All right. Okay. Now we're cooking. I like this.
So
shit.
this is very fun. So
this is my jam. I love it. Like, again, I mean, whiskey is essentially you're making the beer first, but if you find something that's already palatable and amazing, and then distill it, you're concentrating magic. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. This was a stellar beer. This was there's a lot of Tiro, oatmeal, and wheat as the base in this.
Wow.
This was 100% Whirlpool hops, if I remember correctly. You told me it was all El Dorado. And this is almost everything we do is at cask strength too, by the way. We hardly ever do anything lower than cask strength.
Okay.
It's not very common for us. Once again, getting to the craft theme, tons of whiskeys, cask strength, leave it at that, and we move on.
High octane magic.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
this is a
yeah.
massive, huge flavor profile. Really kind of
This
fun.
Started from a hazy.
Yeah, this was a hazy base.
Hazy base. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into a little more of the history.
You get some props electric on here. I like it. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah?
Whenever we can do co-collaboration style labels, we always
drop
do.
it. I like it.
Yes.
100%.
That's why you'll see up on our bar. We also have from Bottle Logic. Bottle Logic's a really well-known brewery down here in Anaheim.
Oh, okay.
And we distilled Dark Star, which is their flagship barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout. We'll have that one probably next.
Okay.
On the next course.
Okay, so
Fuck.
so
It's sweet.
San Diego Distilling. What made you get into this?
Distillery, San Diego Distillery.
Sorry. Oh my God.
No,
that's
it's
it.
fine.
I'm
Because
putting myself in traffic.
there is a San Diego Distilling.com.
No way.
But it doesn't exist.
You're giving props to the wrong company.
So that's why. That's the only reason.
Give me the mic.
I'm doing it.
No, it's no big
shit,
deal.
I'm fired.
It's no big
No,
deal.
you're right. You're right.
I know the guys are around. I've met the guys a couple of times, but I don't know whatever
Wow.
quite happened. But that's all. I just want to make sure there is.
No,
Yeah.
no, 100%.
San Diego Distillery.
Yes.
Boom. You got it?
Boom. We
San
got
Diego
it.
Distillery.
Yeah.
Cheers. This
San
is
Diego.
beautiful.
Where are we? What
cheers.
state is this?
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
We're in California. We're in Southern California.
Thank you, Trent.
It's been a bender.
How did it all start down here?
So what happened is I've been brewing beer, home brewing beer since like 99, 2000. So since before I was 21, which is cool
Bitchin'.
because that's
yeah.
legal and not legal.
Yeah.
You're 24 now?
Oh, I wish. I wish. I've been brewing beer for a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years.
Okay.
Good for you.
So then I realized that nobody was really making whiskey or anything super fun in Southern California. There really wasn't many distilleries in the first place.
Yeah.
We had some
Right.
beautiful whiskey coming out from Northern California, from Charbet and a couple other places
Yeah.
that were up in that area.
Yeah.
But nobody was doing anything crazy down here. So my wife and I said, to hell with it, let's take a bunch of our beer recipes and convert them into spirits and
Love
try
it.
to have fun and do a beer
Yep.
side, especially in this amazing beer scene that was kind of coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were originally going to start a brewery when there was about 35 or 40 breweries littered around the county. And we're like, oh my God, there's way too many. It's never going to work.
Yeah.
And now we're
didn't
at, Davey,
pull
what
it
are we
off.
at, 205?
Yeah.
High 190s with summer closing.
It gets weird when you're talking about other tasting rooms and other breweries.
Wow.
And then because there's satellite ones and that kind of
But
thing.
what's
and,
so cool and what I loved, I'm from Kentucky. I moved out here. You have like the big houses in Kentucky. I mean, you have, Buffalo Trace Distillery, you have Heaven Hill, you got, Maker's Mark.
Absolutely.
But you come out here and everything is like, there's 420 some odd wineries in Sonoma, but they all respect the big houses, the Jackson
Correct.
family, because you know what? People come for those and they sprinkle out.
Yeah.
Then they walk into a Fog Press, or they walk into, and then they walk into Young and Yonder. They walk
Yeah.
into Alex Six. They walk into these
Absolutely.
places that they weren't expecting to go to, which is kind of cool. So you were on a scene that was blowing up beer wise. You said, "Fuck it, let's go distillery wise."
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's why we do beer based. All of our whiskeys are beer based.
Yeah,
All the recipes, like our bourbon's based upon a Vienna lager. We should actually probably try our bourbon. It's pretty tasty. It's really fun.
I like bourbon.
because it's really malty.
mean,
You from Kentucky, so I get that.
Kentucky.
I love lamb. No, I like.
And then
bourbon.
our rye is based upon a really unique German style beer called a Roggin Beer, which is basically a high rye style beer. And
Okay.
ours has a dark crystal brewer's rye in it and some peated barley into it. So it's a smoky rye.
This
Yeah,
is
fun
this is
too.
lovely though.
No,
and
this
this is heavy proof as well, but it doesn't taste heavy proof at all.
The bulk of our stuff, like I said, it's all cask strength. And generally,
Hey,
people always never think that
yeah.
it drinks the proof that it is.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like I walked past the tap.
But like
it's like a little waft,
Yeah.
It's
This
You
like
get
a little
that
chill
nose.
on it, or like maybe a cube in it would be unbelievable. It's
no,
really
it's
good.
killer. That's
Beautiful,
great
beautiful.
whiskey,
He does your
Yeah.
I do
Those are
all of
brand-
our artwork generally.
no shit.
You do this
Shut
guy?
up.
You do this guy?
Well, I made this label, yes.
Yes.
But
I
you have
love
to
it,
realize there's a lot of artwork that is available public domain.
Okay, all right, now we're good.
You know what I mean?
Right,
This is-
right,
it's a
right,
dope-
right, right.
So for those that can't, the Foss, this is like an angelic demon, I want to say right now.
Yeah, which is kind of the whole story about kind of Faust anyway. And if
Yeah.
you know Electric Brewing
Sorry.
Company, a lot of their artwork is kind of, I don't want to say demonic because that's, but it's very dark and it has a
Yeah.
lot of big imagery on it and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it turned out beautiful.
It's
and
cool though.
That's so no.
And
That's
I like it.
Awesome.
And like this is the kind of stuff that's tasting room only. There's a couple stores around San Diego that I litter a couple bottles at here and there.
Litter.
Right.
Just drop it off.
No, really, they literally have like 2 or 3 bottles.
Yeah.
And just because our production is so small, but I want some of the stuff to kind of go out and about in case people see it around, sitting around. They always wonder what it is.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
I mean,
no,
Well, you can tasting room only, but you can purchase tasting room, right? All these bottles are for sale.
Everything's
here.
available currently for sale. If it's not for sale, it's not available for tasting on our bar.
Okay.
I hate teasing people that way.
You can't have that because we just don't sell that.
Like here, you can taste the hell out of it, and you can pay $30 for a pour of it, but no, you can't take a bottle home. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's kinda
No,
bullshit.
I hate when that happens.
375s though. I'm a sucker for 375s.
I know, me too.
We always do
I
375.
love that's why I
They're
love
great.
it.
Yeah.
I've
No,
seen
it's
kind of
just-
push that initially.
Well, it's a nice
but-
buy-in. It's a little cheaper.
Yeah,
You can walk away with 2. I mean, we have 14 things. You can't walk away with 10 750s if that's what you like.
That's the biggest. No, that's the
You
best
know,
part
like-
about it. Like, I mean, there's my suitcase, man. I'm flying back to NorCal soon. Like,
Hell yeah,
and
and it's
I'm
gonna
like,
be littered with 375s.
precisely,
Yeah.
exactly. As opposed to 2-liter bottles of something you might like. You get pack it full of 375s that you love.
But I was stoked you mentioned the Alley 86 guys or the
Alley
Alley
6.
6.
Yeah.
So that's because I know that the name was kind of a play all on 86.
Yeah.
You can tell I even have their bitters on my bar. I use their candy cap bitters all the time.
Solid
I
shit.
love
Yeah.
those dudes. They're the nicest guys in the world.
Right
We
on.
we always
Yeah.
we always go.
Bud.
Oh, yeah, get this on video.
Wicked dude.
Yeah, I know.
Bud.
I actually need them to send me more of them. I got to
Shut
contact them. I love those. They're so umami and so beautiful.
Jason, I just did a podcast with Jason.
I saw. And the rye is stellar. I
Yeah.
love the rye. And I'm not a big fan of rye, actually. So that's why our rye is so
Yeah.
funky.
No, yeah.
But I like the rye a lot.
It is. I mean, it's definition of craft, dude. Small barrel, short age, and love.
Yeah.
Well, they have
put
they're-
into it.
But they're super cool people too.
They have beautiful stills, too.
Yeah.
Those are no joke.
Yeah. No, definitely. Jason, he just I think, he got some new additions to the family,
saw
and
it.
he's expanding.
Yes.
So yeah, he's doing some good
We're all
stuff.
kind of expanding, which is nice.
Yeah,
We're all cranking.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Who I have to ask who did like the basically like the interior design here.
I built everything in here from scratch.
Because you got the Salvador Dali
Shut
melting
up.
clock
Minus
over
that.
here.
Minus the back.
Minus the clock.
Minus the back bar piece, right? I'm not Thomas whatever that Thomas something or other, some super expensive piece. I found that on Craigslist for $500.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
score.
No, but it's a cool spot though. Like the tin roof over here.
Every other thing in
beautiful.
here was an idea to be like a facade, like you're kind of sitting outside, like in a courtyard, like in an alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we have the house fronts. We have the house fronts over there, that kind of thing. And then I built the entire bar from scratch,
Yeah.
all this stuff. I did all this airplane. This is material from McDonnell Douglas. It's a fire retardant stuff, which is why it can actually hang below
Yeah.
the sprinklers and things.
That's wild.
So it's
That's
really kind of
awesome.
cool, really
It's
fun.
a dope space, man.
Thank
it
you,
really
man.
is. It's cool.
It's fun.
No,
It's a good
it
time.
is.
Yeah, it's very unassuming when you walk in. And there's a couple of distilleries that like share your space in here.
Yeah, there's
but,
two
like,
other distilleries in this lot, which we kind of call it a little distillery row, but not,
Yeah,
not
nice.
that much.
Exactly.
But it's a good draw.
It does, it works.
Yeah.
Especially with our limited pours that we're allowed to do legally when we are open to the public. We're only allowed 1.5 ounces per person per day legally.
Yeah.
So it's nice. You can convince people to come down here. You can go to us. You can go to Mike Curfew over there, and you can go to Liberty Call right next door to us. And it's a great time. You can come down and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool spot though. I walked in, I was like, what? Like, where did
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, I want people to feel like they walk in and not know where they're at.
What's
That's
kind
kind
of
of what I
cool,
want.
like,
Yeah.
what you love about, like, not to be like cliche here, but you walk
got
into
it.
Disney, like you walk into Disney and you walk into a building and you go, holy shit, you're in a whole different spot. You're in a whole different scene and environment.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's a good vibe. I mean, just it's a very very casual, chill setup.
That's exactly what
you guys get
exactly
busy
what I
on. What are your hours?
We're open from 1 to 5.
Okay,
So-
but I
so-
could see this almost like a late night kind of spot. I mean,
So-
if you could have those hours.
Friday
yeah.
nights and Saturday nights, we're gravy. We're like Friday nights we're open until 9, and then
Okay.
Saturdays we're open until 8.
Yeah, I could see
so
this like a
so that
chill
works
spot.
out well. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
shit.
so we usually get busier later in the afternoons, like I was
Okay.
saying. Sundays are kind of our catch-all kind of day.
Yeah.
Right, Davey? Sometimes they're crazy. Sometimes there's nothing.
Yeah, it's feast or famine. I mean, if you're coming here,
Feast or
you're
famine.
coming here.
Yeah.
It's a destination.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, like we're bouncing around. You're
And
here.
we do have an issue with summer times. Like I said, when you're at the beach and it's beautiful, and you come out here, it's 10 to 15 degrees warmer, and
Yeah.
all of Southern California
Yeah.
knows that.
yeah.
So they know it's going to be a little rough, but it's not too bad in here, I think, today.
But I mean, you can go to the beach, but you can also come here and hang out with this guy.
Yeah,
This
you
guy's
can.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, Davey's legit.
Davey's
And
the
he,
draw.
and he can teach you how to beer brew and stuff like that crazy too. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Right
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, do we need some I think we need some more booze.
Yeah.
My headache is
mix it
finally.
up.
My headache is finally
Is
going
it-
away.
is it catching
See,
up?
that's what it's about.
That's at Ponzo at fucking 5 a.m., right? That's what's happening.
wait.
When you do a riff off of a Manhattan.
Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Can you give me a bottle of the other one?
It's a cool spot.
Can
there.
you
It
take
really
this one
is.
home?
No, this is awesome.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to finish that with this one, and then we'll open another one.
This
I
is-
love the little tin roof area right over there. That's like a cool.
So
little
that's
vibe.
where my mom always likes to sit. My mom lives right down the street, so she always comes in and just has like an old fashioned with her little dog. She may even be here today, most likely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, I should call her and tell her to bring lemons
we
for
get
us.
her on the podcast. This would be amazing.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
dog.
Sandra would love that.
Yeah.
Sandra.
Let's get
dude, I'm in
Sandra on
love
the line.
already. I mean, this is
So,
inappropriate.
but it's a cool. It's you know, like I love about these little warehouse areas and all that, and it's the scene. It's the breweries in Sonoma County.
well,
and all
it's-
that.
you
yeah.
have to be here by code. Like,
Yeah.
you have to have it.
But it
like,
works,
industrial
and then
spot.
like people that take it though, then they encompass it and like make it their
Okay,
space.
so I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna. This is one of our few bottles we have left. You can see how cloudy this is.
All right.
But this was cloudy on purpose because this is really cool. So this is our single malt whiskey, like I said, based upon a Russian Imperial Stout. So it
Oh.
uses 7 different types of malt, even though it's a single malt. So we'll have to
I gotta
discuss
rinse
that
my glass.
distinction. So it uses Turo, Vienna, black, roasted, special B, chocolate, and brown malts. So it's this big style Russian Imperial Stout. However, we work with a lot of coffee roasters, and what we did is we aged cold brew coffee in one of our ex-bourbon barrel 5-gallon casks for almost 6 months. And then what we did is we put this single malt into it for almost 3 years.
wow.
So it is this beautiful coffee finished Russian Imperial Stout based.
okay.
Well, my
Whiskey.
favorite beer in the world is the Tsar. It's a Russian Imperial Stout by I think it's North Coast or something like that. So anything that's like this big.
Czar's North Coast, or was that?
That-
I'm thinking of Old
Czar?
Rasputin is
Old Rasputin. Oh, no, North Coast is Old Rasputin. You're absolutely
Okay,
right.
that's what I was thinking of, yeah.
So the Tsar is Avery. Avery. Brewing
That's
Company.
right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
But beautiful, and that's like my favorite beer. That's my winter beer. That's when I put on 10 pounds before I go into hibernation. Just fucking just drink it up.
This nose is,
wow.
dude, that's
It's
wild.
it's so coffee.
It's like
That's a sick. Yeah, it is pretty good.
like dark chocolate. Like
Yeah, no,
dark
it's insane. And if you guys want to
Oh.
kill this bottle, if you guys are game on for, I don't know how you're
Yeah.
driving and whatnot, I always
Uber,
tell people,
Uber,
oh
Uber.
great.
Yeah.
I always tell people to preach
This,
safety and to be good.
This
No, absolutely. Always
this
drink
podcast
responsibly.
is sponsored by Uber because that's how we're
I know.
driving, right?
Yeah, exactly. Can't wait to see those Uber dollars.
David, do you want-
Come
do you
on,
want a little
bud.
bit of this?
Uber, Lyft.
You're good?
You're in competition, huh?
God, it's beautiful.
So this is
Well,
another example of like one of those crazy barrels that would be labeled on the back, where it would like
Right.
list. I think there was like a single origin, like Guatemalan coffee or something like that there was in that barrel,
Right.
and then just aged in it entirely. I think we have there's one bottle of that left on the shelf. I think something like that.
Oh my God. That's
So like
Wow.
our current barrel was from a hybrid barrel that was a American oak stays with French oak heads.
Okay.
So it has these really beautiful, like soft, the French style tannins, and then it has the really harsh American style wines.
yeah.
I love that sound.
Yeah. Yep. Sound of magic.
What's Davey doing over there?
He's working on a cocktail, I think, we have a members party today at 5 o'clock as well.
He's gonna get something lined up.
So we always do an opening cocktail.
So you guys have like a members. You can be a member here.
Yes, correct.
Discount,
Members
yeah.
only. We have member
Yeah.
only release bottles, like the
Okay.
Bottle Logic Dark Star, like I told you about.
Yeah.
There's two versions, ex-bourbon and French oak, and both those are available members only.
Awesome.
So then quarterly we have like these really fun parties. So today is what we're doing is
What?
we're doing a completely blind, and I'm going to teach people how to blend whiskeys.
yeah.
And we're going to do
Okay.
4 different spirits that you can blend, and then what you can do is you can then blend your own custom bottle and then take that home, which is really kind of fun.
I think you're doing a great job blending on yourself. But
This is really good.
Why
Well, so
not?
far
This is
nothing
big,
we've
though.
had is a blend.
Ah, dang it! This is
Every single thing has
yeah.
been single cask.
Yeah.
Because that's why we specialize so much
Okay.
in all those single casks.
touche.
This is
Yeah.
God, this is super
110.
intense. Davey, God, you're lovely.
Just swooping.
What is
in.
this? What is this, gangsta?
That's
That
it's
is
the new Jimmy Jam.
It uses that brandy, and then I use some of our Amaro, and I basically do a riff off of a Manhattan, and we use some of our butter pecan bitters.
Butter pecan
Not
bitters.
wrong.
Wait, you guys do your own bitters here?
Well, these are from Miracle Mile.
No, you can see our entire line of bitters because we do a lot of you
That's
call
awesome.
it. We do a lot of you call it old fashions.
Okay.
So you'll see in the back we have a barrel in the back corner. That's our bourbon with a chocolate syrup, and that ages for longer than some people age their whiskey, and it's a Solera aged, so it's always at least like 6 to 9 months old, the whole base. And then what you do is you can do a you call it, and you can even ask one of our guys like, hey, what kind of flavor do you want it to kind of play on? So you can do cranberry or the candy cap, or we have garam masala and do this beautiful Indian like style old fashioned and all these really cool things.
Davey's the butter pecan god though.
That's so.
No, Davey always uses
awesome.
my my 1821 bitters, the barrel
I
aged.
never use those.
Oh my god, those are the best bitters in the world.
Oh, that's why I don't use them.
I know they're super
Dude.
expensive.
Delicious.
Davey
Yeah.
got super defensive.
Yeah, I did.
I would never ever do that.
Well, I always give him a hard time. He knows it. It's all in good fun.
Okay,
He can use it. He can use whatever he wants. No, I'm a big fan of tobacco based, like not tobacco based, but tobacco flavored beers.
Yeah.
So I try to collect those and I try to find them whenever we can. So
So being from Kentucky, everything's tobacco based.
Yes.
In what we do, and then even with wine, I realized like you taste menthol, you taste like you can pick those. I mean, tobacco leaf's one thing, but menthol, like
yeah, I was just in Kentucky
man.
doing a tour over there, and man, Copper and Kings, I love.
Can you say Louisville right though? Can you say-
Louisville?
You gotta say it like you don't
Louisville?
care. Louisville. Like don't give a shit about it. Just say Louisville.
Louisville.
Just drop the last half of the word.
Put zero effort into it. Just say like you don't even care. Louisville.
Well, I love that sign where it showed all the different ways to say it.
Louisville,
Yes,
Louisville,
I saw that in neon, and we were like a
Yeah.
fried chicken place over by Copper and Kings. I was like, oh my god, that is so awesome.
Yeah, it's
I
like
love
everybody
it there.
says it different, but you gotta, you're very quick. Being from Kentucky, nobody says like, you don't have an accent. I'm from Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, but when somebody's like, oh, I lived in Louisville, and you're like, no, you didn't.
No.
Like you visited. You didn't live in Louisville.
Or
Yeah.
Louis. I live in Louisville.
Yeah.
And it's very structured the way
But
they
you had
say
a
it.
good time though. You did Kentucky. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a fan. Oh my
Fucking
god,
amazing, right?
we had a fantastic.
So
time,
many
man.
bachelor parties there I've done. So good.
Yeah.
It's a good time. That's a good
I just-
bourbon trail.
I kind of wish the tasting rooms were a little more, kind of like what we do, where they would have more of a
chill.
lineup of more
Yeah.
amazing stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of the opposite of exactly. We want it to be like crazy. Walk in and be the little Disneyland of whiskey.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's kind of how we always wanted to do things.
It's
'cause it
super
was-
commercial back there.
Yeah.
You got to get off the. We talked about this, like the Bourbon Alley, not the Bourbon Road.
That's
like
why I loved
Bourbon
Copper
Alley.
and Kings
Yeah.
so much, because they
Copper
do
and
so
Kings.
much amazing
Oh my
stuff.
God, yeah, yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of brandy. You can tell like we're trying these brandy drinks, and we have so many barrels
That's
filled
really
with.
fucking
The
good.
bulk of these are all these barrels back here.
So you're doing brandy as well.
Yeah,
And where's the fruit?
Oh, we work with the local vintners.
Okay.
So what we do is we get wine from pretty much nothing but like a bunch of local vintners, and then we distill that off, and then we age it. We try to age it back in their own barrels.
Okay.
So but you'll see the bulk of this is all brandy.
Okay.
And then we have an Amaro getting ready to come out. And Amaro is all based all upon local brandy and about as locally sourced fruit and stuff. It's very citrus heavy. So about
Okay.
as locally sourced fruit as we can get on it.
No, that's bitchin'.
Yeah.
So when you say brandy, so it's grape based. What varietal of grape?
All the above.
All the above. Okay.
So we've done Cab, we've done Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay,
Okay.
Syrah.
probably.
We've done Merlots, we've done
Uh-huh.
Sangiovese, we've done Tempranillos. We've done a huge chunk of this is actually Barbera,
Oh,
which
okay.
is really not very common.
Yeah, yeah.
So all kinds of really,
Definitely
really
not.
fun things.
You. I hate to. It's kind of weird, but you. Not saying like you just wing it, but every year you're like, all right, let's mess around. Like I'm looking around at the barrels, like
There's
the
still
names.
every single one of these is still all different, right?
Yeah, but I'm like, you're like, hey, let's try this, let's do this, let's
Yes,
do that. It's like
um,
there's nothing like, oh, we have a system, like we're gonna put this. same
No, we don't
product
have
out.
that. No, we don't have that.
That's the beauty of craft, man.
We're gonna get up and do the same thing every day.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, like let's wing it, man.
Closest thing that we get to that is our core 92 proof bourbon and our core 92 proof single malt, because they're all Solera aged.
Yeah.
And they
Okay.
generally all see new oak.
So define Solera aged. What
So
is that?
Solera aging, what that means is you'll always have, it's basically like a blending agent. So say you have a barrel, in fact, is it on video? Can we see like one of the barrels if I point to one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll do video.
So
Will
like,
you?
Yeah.
Maybe?
because you said it was 360, right?
It's filming right now.
Yeah, but he'll also-
It's got
Because that
you,
does
but
not
it-
look like 360. I
But
don't
at
know how
the
it's going
same
to get to
time,
me.
like I'm gonna.
Oh, you can 360.
After this
yeah.
is done, I'm probably gonna cruise around.
Okay,
just
cool.
Get some shots and stuff.
Well, we have like
That's
this
how I do
barrel
it.
down here. This is an ex-bourbon barrel that
Okay.
had maple syrup in it for quite a long time.
What?
So all of our bourbon by law, of course, goes into new oak
100%
barrel. So you'll see I have
White
fives,
American
there's a
oak.
bunch of fives over here.
Yep.
There's a slew of 10s, 23s, 30s, 15s that all have bourbon in them. That were all new oak.
Okay.
So whenever that barrel starts to taste really, really good, what we'll do is this was filled initially right one time, with our bourbon. And then what I do is I only bottle like say half of it at a time. And then I'll go back and I'll siphon off different variants and do a blending of all those different
Push them
parts of
together,
bourbon,
little mash,
and then
yeah.
dump it back in there.
Yeah.
And then we'll bottle off that next row. So it's a very small
it.
method of Solera aging, but it's an old school kind of, it's basically a sherry style
What's
technique.
so
Okay,
cool
got
though is you know, like when you talk about like boutique, and I'm coming from Sonoma County. I work in wine, Brian.
I'm gonna help myself.
Yeah,
kill it.
You're just
Yep.
doing your thing, brother.
Bottle kill.
So, but what's so cool is
Bottle
like,
kill.
you know, like Jackson family or they have these big houses in wine where it's like it's a product that's used so many additives, it
Right.
tastes the same constantly. What's so cool is the sheer fact, like with craft and boutique wineries, even like every
Right.
vintage is different. Like
Yeah.
that's what you guys do. Like it's every. I know that's the definition of craft. I get that, but it's like we're like, hey, let's do a match. Let's figure this out. Yeah, yeah.
Everything is
it'll
different.
never taste the same.
Yeah,
This will never be the same.
No, this will like and
you will never replicate
the bulk
this
of our
bottle.
stuff.
That's
everything.
why I hold on to spirits like it's fucking baseball cards, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I have the rookie fucking card, Babe Ruth rookie, like hanging out. It's in my sock drawer, and I couldn't tell you where it's from, but I'm gonna crack that open like when I'm 75.
Yeah,
I still
So-
have a Ricky Henderson rookie card in
yeah.
in OPG
Absolutely.
and in top. What was it? Top?
Tops.
Yeah,
Tops,
yeah.
yeah,
I
Tops.
had both because they were like the same variant. Remember?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I used to collect baseball cards, Griffey Jr., Ricky Henderson, but Oakland had the squad back in the
But
day.
craft spirits are the new baseball cards. in
They
my
are.
opinion.
Well, especially with us.
That's the
They,
best analogy.
Yeah.
They're new baseball cards.
especially with
100%,
us. Where
dude.
is? Do I have one of the other bottles? We have a special labeling that we'll put on super limited stuff.
Yeah.
That will have a numbered bottle, and all these are cast, so everybody will know. Like, obviously, if it's cast 160, there's only a limited amount of bottles of that
Holy
anyway,
shit, it's 160.
right? So no, cast
No.
160.
Oh, I was about to.
Not
I
160
like,
proof.
I'm like,
No, no.
dude, that's
No,
110.
it's 110. It's
No,
like,
110.
no, that'd
this
be
was a 5-gallon barrel, so there was only about 45 bottles of this.
See, that's
See,
awesome.
so that's what I mean. And the bulk of all of our stuff is
thank
less
you.
than 100
Oh,
bottles.
bitch.
Thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
We
that's what we're
appreciate
here
it.
for. We're gangsters. That's how we
Yeah,
drink. When
bitchy.
you're in SoCal and you drink with me, we always drink limited. Because I love like
When you're in SoCal and you drink with Trent, just let you know.
well, just anything here. But I love Maker's Mark when they're like, oh, we're small batch,
Right.
and I'm like, I was just there too, and I'm like,
that ain't
Not small batch.
this
at
is
all.
not small batch. As much as you maybe small batch for what's happening in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'll give
You know?
kudos to Brian though. So he joined me yesterday, San Diego, quick weekend trip. And so this is my problems. I always walk in, I know like whatever. I just say I know what the bartender has. What's on? Okay. Oh, we have Old Forester. Boom, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And he goes, what's local? He always says, what's local? What do you have that's local?
I do the exact same thing.
He goes, but I'm like, shit. Why did I ask that question?
and I don't care how much it costs, and I always go
yeah.
with local.
100%. But
Yeah.
he always
I
goes.
had a
he goes,
local roam this morning. I didn't care. I just put.
Who was it? Was it Malahat? Had to
What
be
is
Malahat.
this? New Cave or something?
Seven
Or some-
Caves.
7 Caves.
Seven Caves.
That's
Yeah,
Jeff is like one of my
Yeah,
spirit
it was
animals when it comes to
great.
distilling.
Yeah.
We have very much a similar methodology because
Okay.
he also doesn't care about status quo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bulk of the stuff he makes is insane. It's,
But
it's
I
one-off.
literally was like, JMO on a beer, and then he always goes, "What's local?" And they'll tell him, like, we have this, that,
Yeah.
whiskey, and then he always, I'm like, why didn't I
like his
ask
kelp.
that?
I have to shout out his kelp gin.
Kelp
he,
gin?
he brings
From-
all he
from
brings
where?
all the kelp in from.
So we're
locally
doing
from the
a
Pacific.
shout out to 7 Cave right now.
Yeah, to 7Ks to Jeff.
Okay, to
And,
Jeff.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the
Kelp
most
gin.
umami style, and I'm not a big gin fan.
Yeah.
You can tell we don't make any clear spirits here, right? We have no we call it GVR.
That's
Gin,
so
gin
easy,
vodka
right?
rum.
Yeah.
But when you're going to do something, you should do it
GVR.
amazing. Do something super crazy.
That's the quickest
so
term, though.
he does GVR. Yeah, GVR is the industry kind of thing for it.
Yeah.
But that kelp is this beautiful, salty, briny. If you like oysters,
Probably great gin
It's
martini.
amazing.
Great gin martini.
Oh,
that way.
that sounds
amazing.
It
yes.
sounds like a great
Okay.
martini
And you
with like a
take- so
blue
you-
cheese olive.
I was just gonna say, do that little bit of blue cheese, that super funk with like the saltiness and the
yeah.
briny. Amazing.
Yeah.
No.
100
So like
down there.
Jeff's like me. He's like
awesome.
distilled crazy whiskeys. He's distilled mead, cider, and everything we've done.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing. He's really my spirit animal in the world. I love Jeff to death. We hang out quite a bit.
No, it's
Definitely,
cool.
definitely a bromance.
So I'm glad you're looking. I'm glad you had his stuff. This
Yeah,
morning.
no,
you
it
saw
was
the house.
great
Yeah,
rum.
yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, his rum is stellar.
Yeah,
So are you a rum
21.
fan?
I am.
Okay, then we should do some rum next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good segue.
I'm not gonna say no.
Can we
yeah.
just nail that?
Segue.
Right there?
I'm always down on the segue.
Yeah,
on the segue drama.
going back to
Good to
acronyms,
see you. It's
ESA,
very
every
brother.
spirit appreciated.
So I'm just recording.
That's
When I'm
me.
done, I'll come and say hi.
Just drink it all, but same time, more appreciated than
Okay.
Uh,
So
sick.
we have to talk about this label here real quick.
Yeah, I was going to say, look, it's very Miami Vice.
Yes, and so what's Miami known for?
Latinos.
Thank you.
Cocaine, yeah.
Thank you, Coke.
Teeny. Dude, I'll let you know if they just did like a Danny cam. I would
awesome.
just
Okay,
check
sorry.
it out all day long.
And
Just
there's a-
Danny cam it all day long.
We will have cameras very soon. Wait, we might have some now. Maybe you can log in online. You can like just
Danny
you
cam
can
it.
creepily
Davey?
stare at Davey.
Davey.
Davey all the
Is
time.
it Davey?
Davey.
Oh my God, I said Danny.
It's fine. You're close enough. He doesn't really
it's
care.
okay.
He kind of does. He kind of does. I can tell he does.
Davey.
He kind of glared at me right
He
there.
owns it.
So what's kind of cool is once again we always look for unique stuff. Like we
Yeah.
always talk about.
Okay.
We used Colombian dehydrated cane juice to make this. So I always say the only white powder in this is actually rum. Believe it or not.
Right.
I mean, it's actually sugar. Duh, I blew
Okay.
that awful joke.
That was very bad.
That's,
I blew that, but
that's
still.
You tried.
So
Usually it works. Usually it
Colombian,
works.
though.
So this is and how much rum have you had that's from a Colombian sugar? Not very much.
Not very
I can
much at all.
probably
Not
guarantee
much,
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once again,
So-
how often you have rum at cask strength? Unless you're drinking Foursquare, one of my favorite rums out there.
Okay, hold on. Let me guess the proof. Hold on.
Same exact bet.
Maybe 100.
110, 110.
110. Dude, that's like 90. It
We
tastes
always-
like 90.
See,
it's so soft.
To me, we always drink about 10 points less than what you
That's
think it would
awesome.
be.
Okay, right on.
Generally. What we do is we'll pull out a corn whiskey that's a buck
wow.
44,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it drinks like high 120s, I think. At least
oh,
that's my
that's
opinion.
great, dude.
It's really good.
Caramel City, like.
That's really nice.
Oh, there's a doggy.
Oh, ready for the poochies.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let him say hello. Let him say hello.
My mom's coming with her dog, I think, so we'll have a little playmate here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right.
Oh my
You're open
God.
for business. What's up, little pitch?
Yes. Hi. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Did you say hi to everybody?
No, you're running away from me. Hi.
What's the puppy's name?
Peggy.
You know how like people like don't care about other people's names? They always like, what's your dog's
Peggy,
name?
what
Yeah,
up? What up,
What's your dog's
beautiful
birthday? How old is
baby?
your dog?
And you always remember the dog's name
Yeah.
too, right?
Oh my God, those are Peggy's parents.
I
You
better
forget all the people's names, but you always
Yeah.
Peggy's
the
parents are here.
One takeaway, Aaron's gonna be like, yeah, that's Danny at the bar, but that's Peggy the dog.
Yeah. And who knows who else is in here, but we know,
Really,
but we
it's
know
Davey
who's
at the
Peggy.
bar.
Yeah, I get everybody's names wrong, but I'll definitely
that's
remember
perfect.
Peggy for the rest of my life. Super stoked to be here.
It's so good.
This is really good though. It's really rich.
So
Big
once
caramel.
again, we're not a rum house, but as you
Yeah.
can tell, this was aged almost 2 years.
2 years.
In our own ex-bourbon barrels.
What was it like? Hey, let's like do something different.
I'm a massive spirits fan in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell.
So I make certain spirits once a year or maybe twice a year. So we do a rum once
This
a
was a
year.
Christmas
Okay.
present to
And
a
I
few people.
changed, but I changed the base every year.
Yeah.
So this year was all molasses. It was 100%.
Okay.
It was 100% blackstrap.
Okay.
And then next year, well, we're kind of replacing it. This year we did actually coconut sugar, which technically won't be a rum. It will be a brandy.
Uh-huh.
But it was like the most beautiful, fruity brown sugar that you
Awesome.
could imagine. It was
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Okay.
Have you ever had any spirits from India that were not whiskey, like not Paul John or anything else? Like they do a
No.
colloquial spirit in Goa that's actually made from fermented
India.
coconuts.
I can't say that I have.
and I forgot-
I know, I'm trying to think
whiskey
of one.
spirits.
I
But
forgot
yeah,
the
no.
colloquial name of it, but you take
Yeah.
all the coconuts that fall down, right, and they have sugar, and they ferment them out, they distill them, and they make this,
shit.
because every
Yeah.
like Kachaka or Kasasa
Yeah,
or whatever they have,
Kasasa,
Brazil,
yeah.
and they have this really funky distilled coconut stuff. And I've had 3 different variants of it, which is crazy. And it's a little bit like that, but a little more on the rum side too. But we're gonna age it for like almost 2 years, of course. I mean,
Okay.
that's
This
our
is good
drama.
though.
It's fun.
I mean,
it's way different.
It's fun. It's fun. It's funky though. It's God, it's
So
it's
okay.
kind of what's
This
I mean,
is
you do so many whiskeys and bourbons and ryes and all that. Like this is a complete different like.
like this is your only segue outside of whiskey is this rum, or do you? I mean, because you said no.
What do we?
GVR,
How
right?
much drama do we want to cause today?
Ooh,
How much drama do we
the
want to
night
cause?
is young. Let's get another bottle and figure it out. I'm joking.
So
Up to you.
my favorite spirit in the world is tequila.
Yeah. Okay. Agave spirit.
And thank you. In the U.S., we call them agave spirits, and we do agave twice a
Right.
year.
Okay.
It is our fastest selling spirit that we ever pretty much make,
Okay.
and we've been ramping up production like crazy.
Look,
Look, and here comes Davey.
Davey with the
Look at
Davey with the wave.
Davey with the segue. You know, see, once again,
He just
see, it
held
knows
it up.
exactly
He
what's
was
going
like,
on.
Alright.
come see
So
me.
sick. All right. Okay.
So this is one of my personal bottles because since I am an alcoholic and I drink here all the time.
Yeah.
But I keep behind the bar.
Welcome to the club.
And
can
so
I
you'll
get one of those?
see this beautiful
That's the Mickey
artwork.
Mantle.
Once again,
Is this the Mickey Mantle?
once
Mickey
again,
Mantle
look at
rookie
this
card,
artwork.
dude.
Here we
You'll
go.
never
Boom, boom,
find
boom.
that
boom.
shit.
Look at this lady with this. She has this
take a
gun and she's blowing the flames out, and she has a gun as an ear.
Yeah.
So which is really kind of cool. And it's called Sancha.
So
and
he
for
did
people who
that.
do not speak Spanish, this was some street art in Mexico City.
Nice.
Sancha
So-
means
Okay.
translation.
It is slang for my side piece
Ooh.
Oh.
in Spanish.
Hence the
Sancha.
gun. Hence
Like Sancho, like you know the song, the
Sancho.
Subway song.
Okay, gotcha.
You know,
Right now.
Sancho, Sancha.
Okay.
And tequila is my other love.
So like my main squeeze.
Tequila's my
That's bad
nemesis.
analogy.
No, it's my. No, wait till you have this.
No joke. When Trent was distilling this, he was pulling me back there like, "Oh, taste it," and it was the best Blanco tequila that I've ever had.
No.
Blanco agave spirit.
Okay.
Blanco agave spirit.
And Davey
Blanco
hasn't left since,
agave.
basically, right?
Yeah, and,
You know,
hey,
he's
and I'm
just-
stuck with him.
Yeah, he's
I'm
still
stuck
here.
with him, and he's stuck with me, unfortunately. So
He's just
so it works out
I'm
really
here.
well.
Oh
I'm here.
shit. Okay.
Let's try it. Are you gonna open
Sorry,
it?
I know,
What's
is
happening?
that like-
Don't
Oh,
tease us.
did you not see the
Trent's like,
you know, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
Beautiful.
this is these are like angel tears. I want to hold on to that shit.
So yeah, I only have a few bottles bottles of this for myself.
Thank
We appreciate you sharing.
We appreciate you sharing.
no,
This
we
is
really do.
Awesome.
No, because I have more of this coming out. There's a
Well,
batch
don't-
coming
don't
out
tease me.
in about a month or so. Is my kind of plan. Is my
That's what you said
plan.
a month ago.
Well, I have to taste it every month, and I only release stuff if it's perfect. You know this already. And that is one of my
The
mottos.
nose is like just
Yeah, no.
super soft. Like it's not that heavy.
You get the
and
spice. You get the.
Let's talk
Oh.
about proof. Once again, how often do you have tequilas that are agave spirits that are at cask strength?
Right.
Let's talk about proof again.
Exactly. No, I mean
So?
you might find your repos and your
You're-
añejos that are a little hotter, but
yeah,
cast
you're standing like cast strength and everything. I'm tasting so far.
This is what we do.
Yeah,
And
I get it.
this is our wheelhouse, and it works
Absolutely.
really well.
Cheers. Hey, the Mickey Mantle.
the Mickey
This is
Mantle,
it.
The Mickey Mantle
So,
rookie card.
of everything that we drink in this distillery, the Sancho is probably one of my favorites. And
Oh, wow.
I tend to drink this too much.
Holy moly.
I like that reaction. This is what I expect. This is what I expect.
No,
Thank you.
that is
it's really good.
That is.
You've had
heavenly.
it. Do you have a bottle of this?
You need to have.
Were you
some-
here when this was released, or did it sell out before
This
you got
is-
here?
Oh, the back end
It's
heat
really
right now.
good.
That's really fucking
Hey,
good, Brian.
Davey, when you have a second, give
That's
both of them a
really good.
little
No,
pour
it's
of
like,
this, just so they can
yeah,
have
the
some.
añejo. That's like.
I always have that nice.
That's the thing. I want to
Fucking
know
A,
its
dude.
aging time, but at the same time,
What
that
is this age?
So
Yeah.
one thing that's cool is,
Yeah,
is I
that's
always have kind of
dumb.
an open door policy that if I'm here drinking and I'm trying something that is unique or different, I always actually give everybody in the house a small little
Get
pour
your
of it as a
consensus,
taste.
yeah, dude.
Because like I said,
Statistics.
like it may not be available behind the bar for a tasting, but I want you to
look.
just try it, and then you
Yeah.
know kind of what you had. At least you get a chance to try it. Like
Yeah.
even if
Thank
it's sold out
God,
or
thank
something.
God Davey held it up, you know? I don't know if he would have had access to it. He
killed
wouldn't have like
it.
modeled it over there.
He
Thank you
might
for
have chugged
fucking
it.
dusting that bottle off.
It's mostly a protecting thing. People, come in here, get any Sancho?
People don't know this is like
Yeah.
people know what to ask for around here because this was, I think we had like 120 bottles, and I think it was gone in like 2 or 3 weeks.
God, this is really.
it was gone.
I'm not a big tequila guy. You know this. Now I definitely.
See, that's what I'm getting at, though. Like,
Yeah.
looking at craft spirits, like how it's going forward, it is becoming the vintage, the one-off, that like Screaming Eagle 1992 Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley that's worth $5K that you're sitting in your cellar. This is that.
Yeah.
This is my. You can see why I want to drink this so much
Yeah.
because this hits
It's really yummy.
This
I don't do
hits-
tequila. It's really yummy.
this hits every flavor profile for me.
It's yummy. Okay.
It's kind of funny. 'Cause people always ask me. I'm going to segue into something else.
Yeah.
People always ask me what my favorite cocktail in the world is, and I always tell people it's a margarita, and they look at me like, "What? Why?" Like
some
they
salt.
used to
Just
go
some
to
salt
Vegas and
fun.
get like a 3-yard, frozen margarita, blah blah blah.
It's the super
Oh,
big
here's my
old-
mom. Look, here's my mom.
Hi. Come on. Hi. Hi. What
We're recording a podcast.
I don't want to have that milk.
Yes,
You're
But I
in
told
it.
them you were bringing
It's too
lemons.
I'm in the middle.
You're in it.
I'm in the middle of painting the house. And
Oh, she's got to paint. Oh, I'm sorry. She's painting the house. So.
Where are you from originally?
Yeah.
You're not. You sound like you have like a
See,
slight accent.
Oh, see, you nailed it.
Where are you from? You're from Virginia, East Coast. Okay, I'm from
Virginia.
Kentucky.
Right on.
So I picked up on some. Yeah, good people. Kentucky,
Yeah,
right?
so all of our drinks when we use lemons, we always use these really beautiful
You
organic
use your
lemons.
mom's lemons.
My
I
mom
love
lemons
it.
from that are like 2 miles from here.
Yeah.
She's not gonna say nothing. It sounds like.
Come on, mama. Introduce yourself,
No,
Mama.
let me watch them.
Hi, I'm
Oh yeah. They're fresh. They
They
have.
sound
All right.
like we want.
I know,
What's
but
the
they've
puppy's
got
name?
no.
This is the second puppy we've met.
This is Lainey. Lainey's from
Lainey-
South Korea.
Lainey, what's
She has an
happening?
accent.
She's from
Yeah,
South Korea.
Lainey's
She
a
has an
South Korean
accent.
dog. She was a meat rescue.
Oh my God, what is she?
Oh,
she's
she's
like a
yeah, gotcha.
she's like a German Shepherd Chihuahua.
That's like a Rottweiler Chihuahua.
Yeah, Rottweiler Chihuahua. That's
They
that's
call
better,
her
better.
Lainey, but I think she looks
Hi,
kinda like a
Lainey.
mini country.
See, there's another little
Well,
pumpkin.
she's gorgeous.
There's Peggy over there.
Let's just leave it
Peggy
there.
has friends.
Rottweiler. You're absolutely right.
I
Rottweiler
love
mix.
that we just had lemons delivered. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Lemons.
local lemons for my mom, which is
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
which is
that's what
really,
I'm saying.
which is really
That's
awesome.
it.
Mom's
That's it.
killing
Which
it.
is locally. I mean, I didn't.
Your name, sir?
I
went out to
I
Take
did.
it a little sweet.
park for tomorrow.
I could,
Yeah.
People generally like sweeter, so I could see a touch sweeter.
You should.
Come on.
Come on,
There's my
grab a
top.
seat.
So, well, he's got to make my drink.
You want old fashioned?
Oh, Davey, Jesus. All right.
Davey's about it. Come on.
He knows what it is.
Firing it
So
up.
what kind of podcast is this you're doing?
Past grades.
Oh.
He runs he talks to craft beer distillers all over the U.S.
Yes.
Oh.
The world, actually. I did one in Iceland.
Iceland. You did
Yeah.
Iceland?
Who were you with in
I did
Iceland?
one in Iceland.
Was
and I
it with
did-
Foki? Or what's the name of that place up there?
You brought me stuff back from there.
Oh, now I'm putting you on the spot. You can't
No,
remember.
no. I did it at
Is it Reykjavik? That's
Reykjavik's the capital. Yeah, that's the capital of Iceland. No.
There's a couple beautiful distilleries up in that way. It wasn't Heaven, was it? No, Heaven.
No,
Heaven's
no,
in,
it
Heaven's
wasn't.
in
No, this was super small.
I
It's
gotta-
it's Foss
that?
Distillery.
I got to run her outside because she didn't pee before we came in.
Okay. You use the grass. You got to use the grass out
Bye,
front.
Peggy. Bye, Mama.
Trent,
We'll see you
Can
soon.
I be honest with you?
No, it was a.
I love your mom. You're,
Yeah,
good,
no,
you're a
she's
good
good. No,
person.
she's
You're a
amazing.
good person because
No,
she's
beautiful.
amazing. Yeah, yeah.
No, she's
No,
cool.
exactly.
And she just ran the dog out. That was hilarious. She's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Just ran her out. That was awesome.
Like she comes in almost every weekend for a drink with one of our guys. We have two guys that work for us.
Dude, no, exactly.
You know,
and
it's,
that's
it's amazing.
the community. It's
But
like
we're a little family-run little place.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
right
why
here.
it's cool.
Yeah.
No, this.
I dig it.
I mean, I've never. I try to do a podcast everywhere I go. Because the reality is, I would go to a distillery, no matter what I'm doing. You know, if I'm
Yeah,
visiting my mom, or if I'm in a wedding in the middle of
So
nowhere,
his mom's in Georgia,
I'm gonna
right?
track down North Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah.
What part?
Raleigh.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
anywhere you
South
go, you can.
There's a
you
distillery
just-
there these days.
Absolutely.
These days, there's
Yeah.
one. See, I want to
Yeah.
go to one to Key West. Now I want to go to Key West just to go to Key West.
Yeah. I mean,
Key West Distilling,
but
which I
here's the
really want
thing.
to go to.
Travel to Key West, do a podcast right off the trip.
Well, of course, yeah. Come on, please. We're in the industry as well. We know how this goes.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Because we do so much beer stuff.
Rum tasting, right?
We even go to one brewery,
Yeah.
right? Because we're still throwing down cards. Hey,
Yep.
blah,
Uh-huh.
discuss things. So I remember I heard a rumor that Key West was taking barrels and dumping them in the Pacific and loading them up with Atlantic water. I was gonna say Pacific, I'm on the side, but Atlantic water,
Yeah.
emptying them and then aging their rum in them
'Cause
and
the
getting
salt.
that really slight,
Yeah.
beautiful layer of salt on
Yeah.
the inside.
I could see that.
So now, a lot of people don't know that in San Diego, we have a beautiful pier, Scripps
Yeah,
Pier.
yeah.
And at the end of Scripps Pier, for a lot of the guys that run reef tanks, you can go to the pier and they do filtered Pacific water, and it's free. And you can get you can bring up a truck and get as much as you want. So I've been tempted to take a couple barrels down there,
Just to
like
get
a little
that
fives,
layer, yeah.
age some seawater in those barrels, and then put our peated whiskey into those
You would go
to
peated with it,
bring
yeah.
in some of that Isla style, little funky seawatery style thing that they do. And I may have just said a secret that I probably shouldn't have.
All right,
somebody's
we
gonna
can
steal
cut
this on
that
me.
shit out.
we're gonna
It's
delete
cool. No,
all
that's
that. Everything
awesome.
you just heard was
All right.
deleted.
No,
There's a
that's
pause. Yeah.
that'd be really
But I
interesting.
think it would be amazing because when
Yeah.
some of those Isla Peach have that beautiful layer
Exactly,
of that salty, briny,
Exactly. Yep.
kelpy style thing that we've discussed.
I can see that. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of the single
That,
malts.
so, what the Key West are they doing? Is it just whiskey? Or are they doing like gins?
So I
and-
also heard they do a crab vodka.
Okay, I could see that.
I think where they take a bunch of soft shell crabs and they put them in the still.
Okay.
So they must have a big barbecue or like not
Just
a
as long
barbecue.
as
but-
I heard the same thing. Crab
but they
vodka.
but they must. I think this was them. I know somebody's doing this. They're doing a blue crab.
You know
It's
what?
specifically blue crab.
That's the
So
definition
they
of crab.
better have the best like crab boil afterwards once they're making the vodka
yeah,
for it later,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, dude.
So they better be doing. So I
Soft shell action.
heard that might be a really beautiful umami style. I
Okay.
mention that word a lot. I love that. that savory, beautiful style.
No, it's something rarely found in spirits. And
So
it
you can
needs
tell
to
I'm a
be
big
found more.
follower of industry and
Yeah.
what's happening kind of out there in the world. And there's so much beautiful things that are always pushing me to do the next level, which is why we do what we do.
Uh-huh.
You guys got a great spot. I dig it. Yeah, great spirits. If you don't mind me asking, how long have you been here?
We've been in this space we just had our 1 year anniversary in this space.
Oh, in this
we,
space,
we
okay.
used to be across the street
Okay.
in 700 square feet is where we started.
Okay.
And now we're about 2,500. So we went about 3-4 times the
Yeah.
size. We're already out of room. So we're looking for a barrel expansion over in El Cajon, which is about a little city about 15 minutes from here, 10 minutes from here. And that's where we'll probably be keeping all of our barrels is over on that area. But our production will stay here. It's a great space. Love our landlords. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so.
it's kind of a good little row, like you said. Like a little
No,
slow
Yeah,
row,
you do. And then one of our neighbors just got a building next to it, so he's expanding there.
Okay.
So we still have a whole slew of people kind of happening here, which is really great.
That is neat.
And I'm trying to get somebody else to move in here too for a 4th distillery,
Be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
which would be really cool.
Yeah.
There's 20 distilleries in San Diego County if you didn't know that.
Yeah. No, I
Not
know.
a
There's
ton.
quite a
Probably do
few.
your research. It's probably on your app.
But no, like,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
like,
No, we have
for
a few. We have
huge
a few on
county.
the app. The app needs to catch up though. But yeah, because it's at the same time there's DSPs every day. It seems like.
Well, our
Do
DSPs are
you
crazy.
want to do
Yeah.
like a plug for your app right now? Do you want?
Yeah, we should.
No,
I mean, no,
I was
it's-
trying to
it's there.
segue
People
once
know.
again. I'm really good at this. You
Trent's
can tell.
on it, Brian.
Trent's
I was
on it.
into it.
Okay, fine.
I'm like on the app.
Download the MicroFinder app to find a craft distillery near you. All right, people,
I don't know if
they're
that's
about it.
Okay.
It's all good. No, the reality is, yes. No, there's only a few that I found in the San Diego region, but San Diego County expands how far though? Like really, like how far is the county?
Dude, it's an hour and it's an hour and a half across the county.
Right?
It's
If
not.
you go
it's
northwest
big.
to southeast.
Yeah, that's
or
deep.
If you even go,
That's deep.
If you even northeast, if you go to Julian and whatnot, I mean, it's even further.
Yeah.
If you want to go from IB to Julian, it's 2 to 2.5 hours, right, or plus. It's a hike. It's a huge county.
It's
I
a big
love this
county.
state. I do love this state. It feels like a new country, and it's fucking California, man.
Well,
We're
what I like
here.
is we can go to Julian and we can like see
Yeah.
the sno, and then we can drive down and cruise through the nice back roads
Yeah.
and then
And
to the
then go to the
beach, and it's
beach,
still
yeah.
like 70, 75.
Yeah.
And you can do everything you want to do in the day. If you want to go to
you can surf and
Yeah.
snowboard in the same day.
But you
here.
can be like in a beautiful, most insane forest, a protected forest that's amazing, you
Yeah.
know, and then come down and be on the beach, and it's
Yeah.
incredible. I mean, there's something unique about Southern California.
With Sandra sitting over there in the corner, did she know you were brewing beer at the age of 18 years old? 19, 20? You said before 21, right?
Yeah, she knows I've been brewing beer
She's
forever.
okay with that?
Yeah, she's a Cary.
Okay.
Mom was
So then I've
like,
been brewing beer for so long when I was younger, less than 21. Yeah, I used to brew when I lived with her. I was brewing beer at her house.
Nobody heard her response. It was that big.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
so good.
That's why I repeat it. That's why I repeat it.
Yeah,
every
yeah.
month.
No, it's
I had a kegerator in her garage.
Yeah.
that's usually where it all stems from. So go into your background a little bit. So you started off as a brewer, home brewer. Did you work for any kind of breweries, or was it just like
So I did officially work for
Segue right
one of the
into
breweries here in town. It was actually the first gay-owned brewery that's ever been in existence in the world. It was,
Awesome.
it was in Hillcrest Brewing Company.
Okay.
I was I call it an ass brewer, which is actually just an assistant brewer.
Yeah.
But I like the term ass.
Yeah, right.
Short ASST,
Perfect.
but you leave the T off, so you're an
Yeah.
ass brewer. So I used to brew at Hillcrest Brewing Company. There were 2 beers on tap that were actually mine. The Kolsch and the double IPA were both my recipes that were there.
okay?
And then so that's how I learned how to work on kind of a larger scale. It was a 7-barrel system, which means about 200 to 220 gallons at a time. So that's how I learned to deal with like larger volumes of liquid. And that's actually what enabled me to help build kind of our larger system. So now we brew 1,200 gallons at a time, which is a really, really large amount of liquid. A lot when I tell it to brewers, they're like, oh my God, that's like 40 barrels, I think, if I remember my math correctly. And we even have some fermenters, those tall ones that you see in the back, the big stainless ones that are 12 feet high.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
were from Hillcrest Brewing Company, actually.
Oh, shit.
And
You stole them.
I bought those out when they
You
were
stole them.
upgrading to newer equipment. Yeah,
right.
they're not conicals, which works perfectly for our roads. We don't need conicals because
But everything right here you do on site. Everything's done right
everything's
here.
made 100% right behind us in
Right
that,
behind, yeah.
little 1,000 square feet that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's handmade here.
So why don't you conical fermenters? Because I mean, you're not really like doing
Because
dealing with
in the
wort and
beer
stuff, right?
world, you need the conicals because that's how yeast drops out of suspension, and
Yeah.
that assists with that to make clearer beer.
Right.
In my world, I ferment on the grain, which means right, you mash beer with all the grain, right? You convert all that starch to sugar.
Right.
And normally you would do what's called a lauter, where you would siphon off all the clear liquid and then ferment out clear liquid, right? But what we do is we just pump all of that grain into a fermenter and ferment it on all the grain. It's called, and then what we do is we take all that out of the fermenter when it's done fermenting and pump all of that in the grain, which means we do on-grain distillation, which
Okay.
is why our spirits that are grain-based have such massive flavor profiles and aromas, because all of that grain flavor is in the still and boiling.
As opposed to lauded.
Well, and I relate it back to like when you're making like tomato soup in your house, and you're boiling, and your whole every room smells like whatever it is you're cooking.
Yeah.
We're doing the exact same thing, except we're catching all those aromas.
I have to tell a story here just because this is like, being live. I did like hang out with a young lady this past weekend. I insisted I was a good cook, and I burnt pork chops. And then 3 days later, she sent me a text and said my house still smells like burnt pork chops. And so I don't know if that's a good thing.
No, it's the same idea, but we're just not burning anything. That's the best part. So
But I got to give that shout out since this is like
Shout
a recording.
out.
Okay.
That was exact same idea.
But I
Exact
felt
same
bad,
idea.
you know? I thought I could make good pork
Dear
chops.
significant other.
Exact same idea.
it's
Exactly.
like
So
bacon.
you're just, you're not burning the pork chops. You're making those great.
So we have a really unique method, kind of, of distillation, because there's more distilleries that are learning about that technique of doing it's called on-grain distillation.
Yeah.
And there are more places learning that technique. But I know we've been doing it for now almost 4 years, and it's always worked out really well for us.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let's move over to some of our bourbon, because our bourbon,
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do more drinks?
Let's do it.
because of that,
The night
We're gonna
is
drink more?
young. We are here.
I kind of want to hold Sandra's dog.
I mean, who doesn't? That fucking dog is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's perfect proportions.
oh, we can talk about that.
And it's like a miniature pony.
Oh, Mickey's.
But like miniature pony.
Oh,
It's like, yeah,
So what my mom wanted to say is she wanted to say that
beautiful.
I probably don't remember being the bartender at all of my parents' parties when I was very, very, very young.
That's usually the case.
Mom, she's smiling in the corner like, yeah, he knew how to make a good fucking whiskey sour at a young age.
I made a good something. So
Yeah. Big Blue Hawaii?
Oh,
Blue Hawaiian.
oh,
Blue Hawaiian.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
He was a good bartender at a young age, though? He was good? 12? 12, 13.
Maybe I was sipping at the same time. Maybe that's how I got in the spirit this year, right? So, so it works out pretty well. So,
This is super heavy.
so like I said, our bourbon is really funky
Wow,
because
big heat.
I think Kentucky does make beautiful bourbon, and I'm a big
Absolutely.
fan of
And for
Kentucky
the-
bourbon.
Okay, I was going to say, watch yourself right now. Like, this could be where it goes south. So
No, we're going forward.
just watch yourself, brother. We're good.
No, because people always ask me.
Kentucky,
One of the
I like
biggest
this.
questions I always get is
Ding, ding.
what do I drink as bourbon? And some of my favorites, I'll say Old Forester, these single cask selections, which are not very common.
Yeah.
I have 3 of them on my bar at home.
All right. Let's
The
go.
other one is going to be Four Roses, also single cask selections.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of Four Roses.
Four Roses is great. Single labels are great.
Those
yeah.
are probably 2 of my favorite.
OGD bonded. How do you think
Favorite.
about that? Willet Pot Still. Come on. We could. I have my certain favorites as well.
So I'm a big fan of Willet. When actually we were there, I know Terry the distiller there, so we went and tasted a bunch of their weeded white dog right off the still at Willet, which is really
Yeah.
beautiful. Had a great time there.
They're pot still though. For me, just as a daily sipper, that's where I'm at.
This is awesome.
Willet pot still. You're thinking of Woodford pot still.
No, Willet. Willet has the pot
Will
still.
it looks like a bong.
Looks like a fucking bomb.
That's
Willet.
actually a doubler. It's not a pot still. Everything comes off the column still and goes through that, and then goes through that as a doubler.
It's a double.
Yes, it's a doubler.
But it's called a pot
It's a
still.
doubler. It
Yeah.
resembles a doubler.
Yeah.
Is
They-
opposing
it
to
may be pot still, and they
or
may
like
call it
the
that,
onion
but they
head.
use it as a doubler.
Okay. Solid though. That's
So no, but I am a big fan of Willet. That's why we went there, of course.
yeah.
But those for those pricing for like $40-50 for a 750.
Oh
The Old Forester, those single casks, I'm such a huge fan of.
yeah.
And Four
We
Roses
do
too, of course.
we
I'm
do
a
a
huge
birthday.
fan.
Yeah. Four
I'm a
Roses
huge
is great.
Four Roses fan.
So
This is heavy heat though.
This
Go
is
ahead.
fantastic.
This is fucking-
So like I said, this is only 51% corn, and then 49% Vienna malt. And Vienna malt's the
malt.
same malt you would use in a Vienna lager.
so dark.
So it's this big bready, toasty, not smoky, but toasty,
It's funky.
roasty,
It's
a little
funky.
bit dark, and it's so. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make what Kentucky's making. I'm trying to
No.
make
Like,
something
you're
that
not-
has a similar lineage.
It's super
But it's a
like
little different.
dark stone fruit, like licorice, dude. There's like licorice, like dark licorice,
Holy moly,
dark
though.
stone fruit, chocolate,
That's heavy
cherry.
fruit.
That's awesome. No, that's
So cherry is one thing I
Yeah.
always get out of our bourbon.
Yeah.
It's like that dark cherry kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is our oldest bourbon we've ever put out to date. It's 3.5 years. So we're almost about 4 years on some of our bourbon.
okay. Did you get that?
That's big heat.
The
man.
proof is no joke. It's 125.
No, that's heavy proof,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm about.
That's it.
Bring
But-
the heat.
I'm gonna try to keep my pants on.
Yeah.
This is like definitely a little. I think a little cube in here though.
Right.
Like a little sprinkle of water.
You and the
Splash.
cube keep saying that you're going to kill me on the cube thing.
Oh my God, Trent. Okay, so
Do we need to discuss?
No. Not
Whiskey
a cube.
tasting?
No, sir. I'm saying like with something like this heavy, like not a cube, but like just a.
You want a drop of water?
Just
We have water droppers on our bar for this reason.
No, like I got fingers right here. We're good.
Yeah, he's got some water.
Who knows what those things have been?
I know.
Oh, it was a late night last night.
It was
Yeah,
interesting.
you dump all the water on our bar top, not anywhere on the, not anywhere in the actual
Stop,
glass.
sir.
Okay,
But I'm
okay,
just saying, like,
I'm about it.
I kind of want to.
See, I'm the type that I do really large squirts of water into things.
But even one
No,
drop.
but I'm just saying,
even
like,
one
yeah,
drop though
just, like,
makes
mellows it out,
so
man, a little
much
bit.
more fruity though.
Ooh, that single malt's so good.
I mean, do you get that?
No,
Do
so
understand?
you-
Yeah. So, not
Flat out.
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
talking cube,
Let's
but
hit me.
sometimes with the right heavy, like, I can't drink like a George Stag and not have a.
No, try it with more water into it.
I know, but not.
because-
So you just don't like the coldness. You don't like you. It's like for you, the cube is an issue
Okay, let's
because
talk about this.
Okay.
So,
the cube is an issue because
Conversation
it
open.
chills it.
I'm a big fan of beer,
Okay.
and I'm even a fan of some macro beer.
Okay.
And I really, really like big, beautiful lagers, which is what a lot of our macro places like.
Yeah.
You know, but Budweiser, I hate to say it, I don't think it's a terrible beer. I think it's actually a really nice, easy drinking beer.
It's grainy, but yeah, it's good.
However, at 37 degrees, it drinks pretty well. How is that same beer at 80?
Oh, it's horrible.
The reason why is because at 38, all you're doing is just killing your taste buds and numbing them.
Yeah.
One thing people don't realize is I actually prefer to drink whiskey at 100 degrees over a lower temperature. Why do you like food warmer? Because it tastes better and it's opening up your palate and your taste buds.
Okay. I like this.
Does that make sense?
Conversation's going. No, absolutely. Okay.
People don't ever think about that. And they don't think about drinking hot liquids. But,
I mean, the
you know,
Germans, they drink warm beer all the time, and that's like
Correct.
the thing. It's like, well, it's just European thing anyway, really.
Let's talk
Warm
about like
beer.
coffee and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, when a coffee is a little bit warm, warm, not like scalding, but warm. It's big and beautiful and has all these amazing flavor. And when it gets colder, it gets a little flatter. And then cold
There's
brew,
more body, yes.
and that's why people love cold brew coffee, because you can chug that stuff because it basically numbs your entire palate.
Huh.
So that's why people always recommend how we drink. I never recommend. I don't recommend it, but however you like to drink is what however you like to drink is
Enjoy
how
it.
I like you to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I try
You
to
can't
encourage
do that.
people to maybe go back to trying to go
But if
straight
you're
or go
like-
to neat and just
So-
Exactly. If you're making filet mignon, though, you're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here with that ketchup, because that's not what it's about.
That's
But
nuts.
or your A1 or that European knockoff A1 stuff.
Right.
So, and I say that though, with anything like high heat to me though, I want water or cube just to kind of like.
So
and
we
then
did
you
a
get
big
more
squirt of
aroma.
water in this, but look how nice that malt really comes
super
out.
great. Yeah, yeah, it's
Definitely.
beautiful.
No,
It
the
got
water
sweeter.
splash.
It got
I'm about
sweeter.
It's beautiful.
That was great.
This is a nice bourbon. Good job. Kentucky would be proud, sir.
Thank you. I hope
Not
so.
that I speak for the whole state, but I
Cheers.
feel I kind of do. I'm a colonel. I'm a Kentucky colonel. So
Yeah.
That's a legit thing.
Oh,
Why does
just
Davey
breezes
keep just
in,
bringing drinks over?
breezes
Oh,
in with
God.
cocktails?
Yeah.
That's about it.
This is why I like working here.
I know.
This is why I just work
Just
here.
like
all
every
weekend.
3 minutes, Davey
I
walks
mean-
over with a cocktail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
life's good.
Here,
really.
this-
Okay.
What is that? It's old fashioned?
Oh, it smells beautiful.
I love the giant cube already.
Hey, is this with the brandy, Davey?
Oh, citrus.
Is it
City.
brandy old fashioned?
No,
Oh,
it's
No.
the brandy
No.
and the Amaro.
Aramaro?
Yeah.
We tried, sir.
Oh, and with what else?
That's
Nice.
great.
The butter pecan bitters.
And that's it?
Oh, wow.
Shake it, strain it. Oh, a little bit of simple.
Oh, then maybe we'll be making these
butter
for the,
pecan,
the
Davey.
opening. Let me try it.
Davey, you've done.
tried yet?
You've done
No,
something
so
special.
I want
good.
you guys to try it first.
No, it's like, wow.
The butter
Oh,
pecan.
what
no.
a cube does. What a cube does to. What a.
And of
God.
course, Andrew's lemons.
I'm gonna
So-
throw this back to you. Have you ever had a warm cocktail?
Yeah.
White Claw does not count.
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No.
Right.
Dude, I hate
Oh,
White Claw.
That was
shit.
good. I like that.
I know, right?
White Claw. So we should talk about RTDs. That's a
Wow.
big segment
No.
of the market.
Oh,
That's
wow.
something I try to.
Safe for the event.
Wow.
Cocktails rad.
Yeah.
Do you try to stay away from that? RTDs?
No, I want
That's gorgeous.
I want
That's
every
really
craft
good.
distillers input on RTDs.
Davey. It's really good. It's looking really good.
It's
Yeah.
Thank you.
This
Yeah.
is the
Davey, great work.
this is what we're doing for the opening party tonight.
Yeah, it's solid.
We're doing this. You're gonna have to batch this.
Did he just finger? Did he just give you fingers? He just give you
Well,
fingers?
this is-
Yes.
So no, what you guys may have missed. What he used was our new Amaro that we're coming out with.
That's really
So
good.
that big liquory citrusy part
Oh,
on the
wow.
back end
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the
I
Amaro.
get, I
with
got
you get
the,
that
the
licorice, you get
pecan
it.
though, the
Yeah, yeah.
pecan That is
It's
that
really
is
nice.
fantastic.
I'm a fan.
I could drink this all day long.
So
Pour that on my
what's
chest.
funny is
Hey, Davey, save this. This is going to go on the winter menu. Because we're getting, the menu's going to change in September.
why are you sending that back with him?
I thought maybe he wanted some because it was so good. Or do you want it? Is that why?
it's gonna stay
Is that why
here.
you're so offended? Is that you want it so bad? Okay.
It's really, really good.
That's really good, dude.
What's funny is your mom's
magic
here.
glass?
She's like, oh, you know. So
God.
in my household in Kentucky, we had what's called Bourbon Slush growing up. Bourbon Slush is
Awesome. No,
Hold
keep
on.
going.
I like this Bourbon Slush story.
like it.
so no Bourbon Slush is made with tea. You do like
Everyone
6 tea
says
bags, like 6 cups of
hammed.
water. It's like a cup of sugar. And it's
Yeah.
like it's two. I shouldn't give the recipe out. It's like a family secret. But
No, keep going.
2 cups of like,
Quiet.
shit, like
We're gonna release this.
Maker's Mark or whatever. 2 cups of bourbon.
All right.
And then you freeze it, right? And there's a couple other ingredients in it. There's some things you can do to if you want to put your twist on it, right? But in my household, in the summertime,
Yeah.
Bourbon Slush was always in the freezer. And you know, Cincinnati, Ohio, Northern Kentucky, it's like super hot, humid. And I remember like on the weekends, my dad coming home like, hey, like go grab me a Bourbon Slush. And
Yeah.
so you would just scoop it out because it comes out like kind of it's frozen, but it's not
Yeah.
because alcohol. It's not completely frozen, right? And then you always put either Squirt, which is a Kentucky thing, Squirt, or Ale 8 or
Yeah.
Sprite, all right?
Okay.
And that's a Bourbon Slush, and just a little bit. And then what I remember as a kid, dude, you would just do spoonfuls. You would just steal like 1, 2, 3 bites before you made it. Like you're just always hammered. Like 11 years old, just hammered, walking around.
That's-
But Bourbon Slush was always in our freezer, man. And it was basically like his shaved ice.
So yeah. That's
It's so good. I'll get you the recipe. You should do a shaved ice for the summer.
That would
So
be-
there's a bar.
I can use that right now when it's 100 degrees out here.
yeah,
Come on,
I'm
right?
gonna give a plug here. So my good friend Ross Lewis, my buddy from Limerick, Ireland,
Okay.
runs Little Lark Bar in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And he stole my recipe, and he had there's a great bar in San Francisco, and they ran Bourbon Slushes for like a summertime thing because they have like these margarita machines.
Oh, okay, got it.
And he never gave me any fucking royalty at all. I gave him the recipe and never
All right,
once.
well, let's figure it out.
Did you have a contract?
No, I got a few.
Exactly,
I got a
thank
lot
you.
of free drinks though. So,
Sign it.
but
Okay.
Bourbon Slush, I'm gonna get you a recipe.
Okay, so
that's my gift
into
to
the
you.
RTD though. Could that be an RTD? Prepackaged cocktail?
Prepackaged Bourbon Slush?
Exactly.
Maybe.
Ready to drink cocktail beverage? But no,
That's really good.
What are,
RTD.
what are your thoughts on RTDs?
RTD is an interesting segment, I believe.
Or RTEs, ready to enjoy?
The weirdest thing I think that's about some of these RTDs,
Yeah.
is that they're all carbonated.
Yeah,
When's the last time you had like a old fashioned that was
carbonated. It doesn't happen. Yeah.
Or like a gin and tonic? I mean, I hate to say, yeah, the tonic is carbonated, but it comes out of solution very, very fast.
Right.
There's no protein to hold that.
Right.
And so, like, I always found that an odd part that you were always drinking this like pretty heavily carbonated cocktail
Yeah.
that wasn't really ever meant to be heavily carbonated. It's meant to be more like a Red Bull, like really, really light kind of carbonation.
Yeah.
So that said, how many places are coming out with RTDs right now?
Ali 6 just did one.
So many. Okay, so
And
here's
they're
the
not
thing.
cheap either, which
No.
is
No, exactly. So
Yeah, they're big now.
shout out to Jason and his wife and baby Juliet. Love you guys. But no, so what?
Is
Yeah,
that an
yeah,
Alice?
Alice
Because they
says,
just
yeah.
came out with.
So, yeah,
I know
they
they
just
just
did
came out with some
old-fashioned
too.
too,
Yes.
no. Old-fashioned, yeah.
So
Exactly.
he's doing his old fashioned. It's not carbonated, and it's sold in a 4-pack. Sold in a 4-pack. I don't know what it retails
Like
for
$12.99
or whatever.
something like that, I think,
But
yeah.
that motherfucker makes every can by hand.
Yeah.
Like he batches and it goes like this. Fucking presses that shit and makes those cans, right?
Yeah.
But yes, carbonation is a factor, right? Because you want to have like a gin and tonic or some kind
Yeah,
of
I
vodka
mean-
You want that
soda.
when you
I mean,
pop a
and
soda.
they are carbonated, but some of them are like, I've had some that are like fizzy sodas, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Like this?
Yeah.
It
Right.
kind of it's weird to your experience if you're not
Yeah.
used to that style.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not a fan.
And we always have a discussion. Me and Kobe at MicroShiner, we always talk about this. Like, is it like, are we taking the off ramp to craft? Because making a canned cocktail is like, are we? Remember Zima? Like, are
Yeah.
we Zima? Is that where it's going now?
Yeah.
Or is it
Okay, I'll tell you a good story
make
about
a
Zima
crack-
next.
Make a cocktail at home. Yeah, go for it.
But the RTDs, I don't know. They have their place for certain.
Yeah.
If you're at the beach or tailgating or whatever, and you really
Yeah.
and you're not a big beer guy and you really crave that,
Yeah.
that style of drink, I think they're great. But I don't drink those things that often myself. I like that you mentioned Zima.
Well, yeah, you can buy it now. It's $59.
Zima just came back to the market.
And then this
Really?
is $75. This is
About 6 months ago, right? It just got released again.
Really?
And so now there are a couple local brewers that I'm aware of that are looking to do a Zima style beer.
I can see that.
So there's one of them I'm working with that is going to brew a large batch of it where we will distill the other half of it and make a Zima-based distillate.
Okay.
Sign me up. I'll be back. When are we coming back?
2 years. 2
Dude,
years
can
from
we
now.
put a Jolly Rancher in there? Is that how we do
Right,
it?
exactly.
2 years from now. 2 years from now, I'll be ready.
Aged in fucking red Jolly Rancher. God damn. What
So, like, this is the kind of stuff that we're trying. Like, everybody's pushing boundaries of craft
No,
spirits.
exactly.
But this is one of those things that
it's like the
we're-
whole thing. Cycle repeats itself. Like fashion
When do you ever
trends repeats
when do you ever
itself,
think about distilled Zima and turning
Yeah.
Zima into like a spirit or a
Don't.
whiskey or whatever it would be, depending on the base of what it could
Right.
be called.
Uh-huh.
So it's amazing, and that's why I love what we do is because we have the leeway to do these ridiculous things.
And that is the definition of craft.
What's kind of cool with craft right now is that there is no recipe book. Like what I'm seeing done with I'm more familiar with Northern California, but you come like
Right.
you're just like, hey, give me some Zima, give me what you have. Hold on, he has
Not that
fucking,
you're standing on the corner
You
with
have-
a sign.
you
Give me
have
Zima.
Free Zima, I want Zima. It's just
Yeah,
Smirnoff Ice.
This will
Bring
not,
Smirnoff Ice,
this will
please.
not be
I know.
recorded, but there's like
Mike's
a pallet
unlimited.
of probably at least 1,000 beer cans in the back of some beer that was the wrong yeast was
It's
used.
actually 3,000 cans,
3,000 cans of some beer in the back here.
and it was a wrong malt.
a wrong malt, which now you're gonna take and you're gonna make a fucking amazing spirit
Correct.
out of it. And there's no fucking recipe book. It's just like fucking
Correct.
go with
No,
it.
it's no joke.
Love
That's
it.
why this is the Mickey Mantle. That's the Mickey
No,
Mantle rookie
the
card.
tequila was the Mickey
I
Mantle.
know. They're all Mickey Mantles in my eyes.
And you know here, no, they're not even the Mickey Mantle. They are the Angus Young. What was that guy's name? That very first baseball
Ty
card
Cobb.
from 1930.
Ty Cobb.
Yes, they're the Ty Cobb is what they all are.
the tech off.
Yeah,
you could
Angus Young's the guitarist from ACC,
Yeah, right.
who I think passed.
Yeah,
right?
you literally named AC/DC guitarist over a baseball card.
Well, I'm a metalhead. I'm a
Yeah.
Reyes fan.
Yeah,
So
no.
welcome to my
I
life.
thought you were Bo Jackson. You went fucking Angus. You went
That's good.
AC/DC guitarist.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
His biography was really good, by the way.
who?
Yeah.
Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson, yeah.
Yeah.
I read it when I was a
ESPN
kid.
Yeah,
That
but
sounds
ESPN
awesome.
30 for 30 just did a thing on them. Which is
Really?
solid. Yeah.
Where is he now?
He does.
He should be on VH1. Where is he
Dude,
now?
He does.
I know,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's
I
from
love
VH1,
that.
yeah.
Dude, I want VH1 to just come back.
Dude, he ran up the wall that one time. That was like when I knew Bo Jackson invented the cross trainer. That was the cross trainer shoe marketing.
Oh, really?
Nike, remember that? He had the cross trainers that came out.
Oh,
so he's dual
that's
sport.
right, that's
Yeah.
right.
That was a big push.
That's right, because he
It's
was football and
branding.
baseball. Yeah.
But your branding's sick though. Like I'll say this though. I walked in here and I'm always about. Brian knows how I operate. Is I'm always like with the story. I'm like their marketing or how they present their bottles and because you're a store and Brandon, you said you're in a couple shops.
Yeah,
right?
we're still
Yeah.
we're actually throughout California and Nevada, and we just sent our first pallet of booze to Australia
Oh, nice.
because they love American whiskey.
Australia
Yeah.
is on the up and coming. Sorry, shout out Australia. You can
We
sponsor
should
the podcast.
we should talk about some of the amazing distilleries that are in Australia.
It's I can't wait.
But
to
you
go
walk
there.
in, like I look at
Really
branding, like Willet Pot Still. Half the reason I love Willet is the bottle.
Oh, Willet Pot Still is the beautiful, the one that's shaped like the doubler that they use.
Yes,
That's right.
Are we
That's
full
Willet Pot Still.
circle?
Yes,
But
that's
if,
right.
if
Come back full circle.
So,
Yes, we are.
so
Shout
if I
out to
have that in my
an hour
house
ago.
still, I guarantee if I bring a young lady back, she'll go, "What's that?"
Yes, they will because of the bottle. Yes,
She'll
100%.
go, "What's that?"
100% agree
And
with
I
you.
go, "Oh, that's." And I don't bring a lot of young ladies back, but I'm saving like they. But it's a conversation piece. So like your branding, your
Nice,
bottling,
yeah,
like
yeah.
these little they're great.
So like these labels and everything we were talking about labels I did.
Yeah, yeah.
All these are all labels that I actually made from scratch.
But it's solid though. Like, and that's why Hudson, when they came out, they have this kind of niche market, these 350s they do
Yeah.
that are
well,
solid.
Kings County has that beautiful, really cool
Kings County does the
typographic
flask, yeah.
style label,
Yeah.
the flask. It's just super cool and classy. I love them
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Shout
Love
out to
it.
Colin at Kings County. He's also legit.
Yeah.
It's
A lot
amazing.
of shout outs happened today.
Dude, shout out.
Well, because I'm a big fan of the industry. Like, I don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
None of us
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
I don't have any
Yes.
issue with competition or anything else.
Yes.
And it's like people always ask me the
This
question I get
is-
as a distiller: what is your favorite distillery in the world? And I go back to two distilleries actually in Australia / Tasmania. One is Starward in Melbourne. You talk about Louisville, right? Louisville.
Louisville.
Because you don't say the last part of Melbourne.
Louisville.
Melbourne, the last part.
Melbourne?
It's not Melbourne.
Melbourne.
It's Melbourne.
Melbourne.
It's actually like BIN. Melbourne.
It's like
That's
Illinois.
how you say it.
Illinois, like Melbourne.
Illinois.
Melbourne. I say it right.
It's like Cairns. It's Cants.
Cans?
Kind of Karen. Canes is cans. Kind of. Same
Can-
idea.
okay.
Same idea. Whatever.
Okay, I got you.
But it's this ridiculous way of stating things. And one of my other favorite distilleries is Hellier's Road, actually in Hobart in Tasmania.
Okay.
And they were making absolutely stellar stuff.
Yeah. No,
Huge
that's
fan. Huge fan.
That's one thing I've noticed, like, on this journey of craft distilleries. All the craft distilleries love each other, and they're like,
they support each other.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
They were all cool.
it's not like,
Genuinely, we're all cool.
no, but it's like,
For the most part.
say
Yeah.
for instance, you have a winery, right? They're in competition. They're like, why would I, fuck that, dude? Why would I work it with Rodney Strong? Fuck that, dude. I'm with Wilson, dude. Like, they butt heads. Craft distilleries are like, how can we work together? Let's do this. Let's create a fucking distillery rail like you're doing right here. This is bitching.
And we
like,
all
that's
send people.
cool.
We send people back and forth the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, you like our stuff? Go check them out.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
good though. But it's what's good is the
It's
goose
like-
is good for the gander,
The
right?
thing is,
Yeah.
it's like they're
Shout out
they're
to
all
Goose and Gander.
artists. They're all artists, and they want to share their work, and that's the biggest part and my favorite part about it. And I'm gonna start crying.
Don't cry. Don't
Oh,
cry.
Maybe we should-
Jesus.
maybe we
we
should
actually
end
we
No,
had
we can't cry.
we had
No,
a
we
long,
can't cry.
We had a long
Trent's
night
like, I
last
got a
night.
finishing note.
We had a long night
Yeah,
last night.
we did.
You know,
Like
my-
we went pretty hard in San Diego.
You know, my favorite winery in Napa actually isn't really like a mainstream place. It's Prager.
You're solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all port.
Uh-huh.
And last time we were there, he pulled me a bunch of thieves out of some barrels that were like these white ports and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and they were absolutely
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite places, I'll go back to Prager almost every time I'm back in that area.
Yeah. No,
There's-
it's a great area.
There, you know, Napa's. You talk about 200 some odd, breweries in San Diego County, right?
Yeah.
You talk about Sonoma 4 and some odd, and Napa 4 and some odd, but like craft spirits and breweries and all that, like everything's on the boom. It's on the up and up. But as you mentioned, with just like the legality side of it, like it's a little bit easier to do it than it was, 10, 15 years ago. So, but you guys got a good thing going on here.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
What is next? Because I'm dry.
Do we still have time? Are we good?
We can shut
We
it down,
can.
but we
Dude,
need to.
honestly, we could run as long as we want to talk. I fly out tonight at 6, so
No,
I've got to get home, so we probably
No,
got
no,
maybe
Trent,
we probably got 10 or 15 minutes. What I'm saying, so I'm cool with that. We got 10 or 15
all
minutes.
right, right. We
Because
could,
I still have our super flagship that we have to have.
oh,
too.
the
Right?
super flagship. All right, let's
We're
end
gonna
it with the
we're gonna
super
do
flagship.
3 more
Let's do it.
whiskeys.
Oh, okay. That's what I was nervous about. I thought it was
Okay.
over, so I got scared for
The
a
night
minute.
is young. The afternoon is young.
Flavored.
Wow.
More
Fucking
than
such
No,
a
no,
beautiful.
no, we're
Can I
good.
hold her?
This-
bourbon that's standard.
Can I hold her?
This
Maybe.
No, this should be not standard. This is
That's-
French
that's
oak.
sorry, French oak.
Hi.
She's
And
like,
I need
she's like
the single malt.
perfectly proportioned.
Here we go.
Hi. Who's good girl? Good
She's like,
girl.
gorgeous.
Hi.
All right.
Okay.
So you have you do
Hey,
have
lady.
sales right here through your tasting.
Hi.
Yeah, we have people buying bottles right now.
Awesome.
Cup.
I'm just
That's-
making sure.
May
That's how we're open. We're legit.
Yeah.
We have to keep the lights on here somehow.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Okay.
I ask.
Where we
I'm
at?
a gentleman.
Surprise me.
Yeah, this is very much a surprise.
Okay.
I always ask.
You do 3/4.
So most people have never had a whiskey aged 100% in French oak because A, that is super expensive, and B, it's not very common for whiskey in the first place.
Yep.
So what we decided to do,
This is the peated.
You get that creamy
what is this?
spice.
no,
So
we're
it's what he's
doing
holding.
this. So we are doing one of our most sought after whiskeys that we currently have on the shelf right now. Bottle Logic is one of those sought after breweries in Southern California. They're in Anaheim. They're very, very
Okay.
good friends of mine. And once a year they do a beer called Dark Star November.
Yeah.
And it is this beautifully amazing bourbon barrel aged Russian Imperial Russian Imperial Stout. So they hand brewed us a batch,
Okay.
and we distilled it and aged it for almost 2 years in multiple styles of barrels. This one is the 100% French oak that uses barrels from Demptos out of Napa. One of my favorite,
Demptos, okay.
one of my favorite cooperages, actually. So whiskey 100% in French oak is a very, very unique game. It is not
is.
very common. The barrels are outrageously expensive, but there's something on the sensory and your tongue perception of how well this stuff aged. Oh my God.
You get that creamy vanilla. Dude, that is butterscotchy.
It's really rich.
But that's
So-
great.
The rich is a word for this, and I use the term velvety, where it's like
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
soft,
Good
kind
term.
of on
Absolutely.
on your palate. Like
It's clean.
American oak can be a little harsh, and people always say, "Oh my God,
This is 100%
They hate when I
French oak?
say that. 100% French oak, new
That's
French oak.
unbelievable.
100% new French oak. Rare as fuck.
So big, yeah.
Rare AF.
Yeah, there was like 50 bottles of this. Once again, like we said, everything's small
Yeah.
batch, doesn't exist.
This is the Tycon.
I maybe have like 20 bottles of this
Is that
left.
the Tycon?
That is the Tycon.
This is
20
the-
balls left.
this is-
Shit, dude. It'll
this
be
is the most
gone by the
ex-
time this thing is released.
This is the most expensive bottle we've ever made. This is $60 for a 375.
Done. Sign me up. Put it on my tab.
It's for members only.
Oh, really? Okay. So, no, talk about that because that's bitching.
Yeah.
So,
How many
members
members?
only. How many members? How is that going? Because I know a lot of the craft distilleries are doing whiskey clubs and stuff like that, but their trouble is distribution. So it's like they have to be local.
We don't do any distribution for this stuff. This is
Okay.
100% local people in San Diego. We're lucky we're in a large city to do something like this. So we've got, a decent chunk of members.
Right.
And then we do special releases that only go to members because they support us so much. So I want to make some really beautiful stuff, and it's going to only go to
Just
members.
for members, yeah.
So this is
So
one of
this
them that
is
only
this
goes
is
to
like
members.
a cock tease.
Yes,
It is a cocktail.
You cock
Of
teased us.
one of the few bottles, I think I said everything that's on our bar is for sale. There was a slight technicality, and it's for sale if you were the right person.
Ooh.
There are two of these that are not for sale. It's this one and the ex-bourbon cask of the sister cask to
What
this
about
one.
your agave spirit?
So what happens though?
How much for
Is
that
what
last
this is
bottle
called
of your
marketing.
agave spirit?
You know what I want now more than anything? I want this. So I'm just saying, like that's what happens. That's marketing. Like man, you can't have it. Sorry. This is just for
Yeah, I know.
members.
Well, that's why we do that. Because
yeah.
then people want to come in and taste it. I'm like, sorry, you have to be a member.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
They're like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, thanks. Cool, thanks, bye.
I'll join. Yeah, that's good though.
Go on.
Supply and demand.
No, that's
Beautiful,
awesome.
beautiful, soft, but you get
That's
that
really
big,
nice.
you get some of that
So
roasty, some of
good.
that crazy quality. The next one to go to is a kind of a segue.
That is the single malt?
This is the second batch. Remember the same one we had earlier that was aged in the coffee cask? This is the next one I said that was half French oak, half American oak. Which
Okay.
that was the segue from the French oak into 50-50 blend.
Okay.
I can see that for sure.
I am probably going to pass on this one because I still got to go home at some point.
Let's see if I can send it. Or on another.
We're just Uber.
I know what are we
We're
doing.
just like,
I
guys
gotta-
are gonna.
Hey,
I
man,
got a
see you,
text
brother.
though.
Take care, dude.
I literally got a text though. Like a bunch of people are at the beach right now, so we have plans, bro. We're good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna miss my flight. I decided hang out.
No, you'll be all right.
I
The
know.
beach is close to
Miss
the
your
airport.
flight. Sleep in the hotel or sleep in the airport. I mean, get the flight
We're
tomorrow.
gonna sleep on the beach. I think.
That'd be fun.
A little bit this afternoon. Okay, this.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
So once again, this is our Russian Imperial style. So remember the 7 malts.
I get nothing but grain. Like it's like.
So you get a ton of chocolate, the roast, the coffee,
Yeah.
all that stuff is gonna come through in this. Actually, fine. I'll have a little pat, a little splash. I can do a dram.
You literally that took no effort at all. You're like, all right, I'm in.
It's my life.
You're like, all right, I'll do it. Okay. It's a great
That
life
is-
to be in.
That's like I'm walking in a mill, dude. That's super grain. But yeah, you get the.
This is the oldest of those single malts we ever released. This is 2.5, approaching almost 3 years
Okay.
old.
It's light. It's lovely.
Oh, can we talk about proof on this? This one once again.
This is high proof, isn't it?
It's like 125, 124, somewhere in there.
It doesn't taste that way.
Again, exactly.
I would
Soft.
say like 110, 105.
It's soft for
now that I'm
115.
going back to it, we've not had a single spirit of ours at
80.
at 92 is our baseline.
92 is the
we won't even
baseline?
go below. We don't even do below 92.
Fucking badass.
And why do we
Love it.
Why do we not do below 92?
Because you enjoy hot stuff,
No.
just like hot coffee
No,
and hot food.
There's a real reason for this.
so
Okay.
Has to do with proteins.
True. Okay, break it down. I act like I knew what I was talking about. No, why proteins?
Because we don't filter and we don't
our
specifically
listeners.
chill filter. Right?
Okay.
The term chilling, when you put a bottle that's non-chill filter below 92 proof in a freezer, it clouds because the proteins come out of solution. At 92 proof, they don't. That is the minimum ABV you need to take a bottle that's not been filtered, because I think that's all flavor that you're filtering out. You put that in the freezer, because some people unfortunately still keep their bottles in their freezer, which we talked about
I
a little
don't
earlier.
do that.
Didn't say you did, but
You pointed at me. I don't really saw that.
we're talking about ice. We're talking about ice
You
and
look like
whatnot.
this,
like some people-
You got that handle,
some people-
absolute.
Well,
you
no,
just
no.
pull out. For the
I know he's
girls.
got Fireball in the fridge.
Yeah,
in the
oh
freezer,
my-
most likely.
Hey, I'm gonna just sit over there. Fucking assholes.
I know you got Fireball in the fridge.
I don't. I know.
I'm just teasing you. I'm just
I
teasing
know you are.
Um,
I know
yeah.
you're trying.
But the idea is that 92 proof, theoretically, it should not turn. And if you're right on that cusp, you like 90, 91, it will turn cloudy.
Right.
That's how specific it is.
Bitchin'. All right. Well, hey, you're taking a phone call, Trent.
Now we have
Aaron?
one more. We have one more to do.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
We have one more to do. We have
one.
one more our flagship spirit to do.
Maria.
That's the lady. I'm gonna text her right now. Let's go see.
Who's that?
It's my wife.
Okay. So you yelled Maria, and if it was not his wife, you would have gotten hit, like in so much trouble. Like, why Maria's calling? We'd have to definitely edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do
It's
that.
okay, that's
You
what
can't
I
call
do.
out phone calls, bro.
Nothing's live.
Oh, she's like, can you talk? Oh my God, I forgot you were on the podcast. I'm so sorry. So, see,
Perfect.
see,
Yeah.
I told her. I said we're almost done because she wants you guys. She even said she wants you guys to have the peated because the peated is the best of the best.
Okay,
So you got a
that's
good
the TV
support
channel.
channel, though.
I'll give you the
Good-
honors.
You got a good woman supporting you as well.
Oh, she distills here, dude.
So that's
She has a better palate than I
again,
do.
That's what's so bitchin'.
It's family, man.
owned, ran. People
Yeah.
are about it. My wife hates it.
No, let's talk about women and their palates because women have much better palates than men do.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, no, it's biological. They have more
agree.
taste
By
buds.
palates, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
How they taste.
Oh, I'm just
Women are-
I'm being
women are-
very I'm being very sexist
No.
and sarcastic there. I was
No,
like,
women
what
are
do you mean
super
by palates?
tasters.
I was like, oh, she's really
Really?
smart. Yeah,
We're not horn knockers.
horrible. Trent, I'm sorry.
Women are super tasters.
Yeah, I know.
No, so
do.
women by biological matter have actually more taste buds in their mouth than men do.
yeah.
So whenever you really, that's why they always, they complain about our rooms that they smell, and there's like they can always smell those like dirty laundry sitting out because we throw it on the floor, that kind of crap.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they always give us a grief about it, but that's fine because they can smell it, but men can't. So whenever I need something totally perfect, I always grab Maria and I say, Maria, taste this, smell this. Do we need
When
to blend
you
this?
need someone
What's going on with
totally
this?
perfect. I love
Are we
that.
about
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Of course.
Good.
That's nice though.
So
So
Maria-
shout out. Let's do a little shout out to
So Maria does a lot of our
do.
blending. She does a lot of our barrel picks because I'll have a couple of barrels that I'll taste through stuff, but I'll always bring in Maria to then come in and try stuff.
Yeah.
And she always like, oh my God, this one. Perfect. Smells isn't crazy. The taste isn't crazy. And it's perfect. And it finishes really well.
Nice. Good for you, brother.
Maria. Sorry,
I don't know
Okay.
if that's, I don't, is that the
Is this
song?
glass clean?
It is.
Yeah.
Something a West Side Story. That's not.
I know we don't do these with him, but I was like he came down for my birthday and I'm like, yes. He's like, we're gonna check out the distillery. I'm like, absolutely. We're gonna make this happen. But it's been fun.
I'm
It's
glad
a
you had
good
a
time, man. Yeah.
Of course.
All right,
So do
Peated.
you follow MicroShiner on Instagram?
I think so.
Okay, and then Facebook. So
I've
what
known
do you
about
do?
you for a long time, by the way.
Yeah.
I follow
Oh.
almost every craft distillery. This is why we talk about industry. I follow everybody I possibly can in the U.S.
Good.
that I'm aware of, at least.
Cheers, Trent. That's what it's about,
Cheers.
man.
Oh my God. So
No. Try to follow
Like I said,
people.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
I'm an industry person, so
Oh, shit.
I
wow.
like the
Yeah,
industry.
this is fucked up.
So this is,
Holy moly.
Our
This
peat
is
is
so
insane.
peaty, man.
Our peat
so
is insane.
peaty.
and
This is like a
people talk about
Scotch.
Octomore and they talk about this and blah, 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 and we usually put this up next to Octomore.
Uh-huh.
So the largest peated whiskey festival in the U.S. is in L.A. Most people don't know
Holy-
this. You should come down for this if you're not
Wait,
aware
wait,
of this.
wait. Repeat that.
The largest
largest-
peated whiskey festival in the U.S. is in L.A. And it's actually in a few months. It's in September. It's called Peat and Meetin'.
Pete and me?
Sounds great. I'll be back. Let's come back down. Wyndham, Wilmore.
Have you
Let's do it.
have you ever been to the train station in L.A.?
No.
It looks like Grand Central. Grand
Really?
Central Station. It's this beautiful old Art Deco place. Well, it used to be held there.
Used to be hell.
Last year, and last like
Oh,
4
held
years
there.
had been there.
Okay.
There's this grass courtyard in the middle of the train station, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Peat smoked barbecue, a Scottish band, and all the peated whiskey
Sounds
in the world that
awesome.
you can do.
All right.
I'm not a big fan of Pete and Roy. This is really
Well,
good.
then-
though.
then-
It's
then-
really
no,
fun.
that's the thing. It's definitely acquired.
You know, you keep Fireball in your freezer, and you're not a big fan of
You're
peat.
dead to me.
Maybe you should just go sit at the other table. Actually,
I'll be over the bar. I'm gonna talk to Sandra.
He's gonna hang out.
out.
He's gonna hang out with Davey. He's gonna hang out with Davey
You
for a
need a
little bit.
host?
Let's figure this out. Tap out. I'm joking.
So, shout out to Pete. Andrew is the guy who
Okay.
runs the LA, Orange County, San Diego, and Atlanta Scotch clubs. And so this festival will have $10,000 to $12,000 of peated whiskey
Wow.
available at it.
It's really good.
It's like $100 to get into the festival. It's pretty much all you can
acquired.
drink. And we take a lot of times. Bruichladdich brings all the Octomores, or somebody brings Octomores, and we put this at the end of the night next to all the Octomores, and we just kind of taste through all of them. And it's hit or miss. I mean, it's hit or miss. But once again, we're comparing our peated to one of the most famous peated whiskeys in the world.
Boom.
So sometimes it's insane, sometimes it's not, and
No.
I'll take that hit. If it's better than some of the Octomores and not as good as some of the Octomores, that's a pretty good ballpark range to be in, right?
Yeah.
Considering the price points of Octomores also at this point.
This is Maria's favorite though.
So we're going to segue way back to when we started about how we got into distilling.
Yeah.
Lagavulin 16.
Which is a super peaty,
So we didn't talk
mossy-
about, so I have a day job. I'm a registered nurse is my day job.
Really?
And I used to work privately. And I worked for this billionaire and all he drank was Lagavulin 16. And I was super naive to Scotch or whiskey in the first place. And he's like, hey man, he was like super kind of, having some good time one night. And he's like, hey, take this bottle home. And I'm like, well, I really can't accept this. He's like, well, okay, then don't accept it. Let me have my driver put it in your car. So the driver takes and throws his bottle in my car. I didn't even know about it. So I come home and I find this bottle. I'm like, well, I got it at the house, whatever. I might as well try it. And it was Lagavulin 16. And I put it in a glass and I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? I've never had anything that smelled like this. I never had anything that tastes like this. And I gave some to Maria and she's like, what the hell is this? How come I've never had this?
Right.
And then we kind of looked at it and we stared at it and we're like, we just wasted 10 years drinking craft beer.
Yeah.
And so we learned a lot. We started buying tons of peaty whiskey, tons of Scotch, got into the whole game.
You wasted 10 years drinking
Craft beer.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's how I look at it. And I still love, don't get me wrong, I still
Yeah, you
love,
still
love
drink
my
beer.
craft
I
beer.
know,
I love craft beer.
So good.
It wasn't a waste because it got you interested in
Well, it got me into this. So you're right.
Thank God Davey's still here. Davey's
Thank you.
so I could get my job.
Yeah. So see, 10 years earlier, now David works here, which is great.
Wow.
The segue is amazing.
Dave's like, sick.
Cheers. No, this is lovely, man. It's
So-
so it's a beautiful flight. I appreciate everything, and
No, that's
just
awesome.
so refreshing.
Well, okay. All right.
So once again, cast strength Pete.
Cask
Yeah.
strength Pete.
This one's 110. You see a common theme here.
Yeah.
110 to 120-ish. Somewhere in that
High
ballpark.
heat, and I am fucking sign me up. I'm there. Well, cheers, Trent. Do you have any other shout outs? When are your tasting rooms open? So on and so forth. Hours, operations.
So for our good friends who listen to like an hour and a half of our bantering,
Yeah.
I don't think everybody's tuned out by now.
yeah, they're done and done.
That's
They're
our
done and
biggest following. Shut up, guys.
They're
It's
done
on
and
our
done.
podcast.
We're located in East County, San Diego. So
Okay.
we're about 15 minutes from downtown. So it's actually not that far.
It's not terrible.
No, it's quick.
It was a quick Uber ride with
Jessica
Jessica.
was great.
Shout
Jessica was
out
great, yeah.
Jessica.
The
Dude.
best Uber driver ever.
It's hot
People
as
there,
fuck.
we're open.
She was cute.
We're open
Thank you.
Friday nights from 5 to 9, Saturdays from 2 to 8, and Sundays from 1 to 5.
Yeah.
If people ever want to come and hang out with me and stuff during the day, if they're here like on vacation during the week, you can always message me on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm around a lot. I always invite people to come and hang out with me, even just try a couple of drams. Other than that, almost every bottle we had here is actually for tasting if you're the right kind of person who's a member of our membership club.
Got shot down on. Yeah.
Got to be a member.
And other than that, if you're in the area, you come on vacation, come by and see us, and look at the cocktail. We had 2 cocktails that
Dude,
were
it
both
was
pretty beautiful.
unbelievable.
We have an amazing cocktail set.
When's Davey here? What's
Sundays.
his hours?
Davies here on Sundays from 1 to 5.
What's Davies hours?
Okay.
Davies here
Thank
Sunday.
you for that shout out.
Sundays 1 to
If
5.
you want to come meet
Sundays,
Dave,
1 to 5.
Yeah, Davies here from 1 to 5. Davies legit. Davies makes a lot of drinks for our
How often
place.
is your mom here?
She's here on the weekends.
Yeah. Mama.
She's here once a week. She's here once a week.
Mrs. Tilton.
yeah.
Mrs. Tilton and her
You're here
pooch,
usually on
Peggy.
Sundays.
So
Shout out to Peggy.
no, Peggy's over there.
Oh, sorry.
That's Lainey.
That's Lainey and Peggy.
Peggy's over there.
Peggy's over there. They have
Got it,
their dog here. It's Peggy.
So
Be better in this.
But dude,
Um,
absolute pleasure, man. Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah.
Crushed it.
Thank you guys so much for coming out.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Dude, Trent.
Cheers.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
you guys.
Aaron.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Yeah, I'm here. We're good.
Awesome.
You love me?
So much.